It's on that shorty new year, shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty. It's a Miss Shorty new year, it's Shorty new year. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, we're so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, we're so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, we're so glad you're here. Camp Shorty is where you will find family. Our beautiful minds will greet you with glee. At Camp Shorty, you can shine and shine bright because Miss Shorty, camp leader, is a fucking delight. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, so glad you're here. Your opinions are valid, you can fly like a bird. With your comments on screen, you will always be heard. It's the best chat on YouTube, you can cuss all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say cunt. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, so glad you're here. Let your broadcast be free, so liberating. We stay on topic, although occasionally things get a bit feral, but it's clear to see. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Yeah. Come along to Camp Shorty, we're so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty new year, a Shorty new year. Come along to Camp Shorty, we're so glad you're here. It's a Miss Shorty. Camp Shorty is where you will find family. Our beautiful minds will greet you with glee. At Camp Shorty, you can shine and shine bright because Miss Shorty, camp leader, is a fucking delight.
Hi. Hey, shorties. It's so good to see you. Poppy, why are you getting in there? Hi. Wow. I changed the angle of my camera and now it's weird. Oh, my goodness, Buster. How are you? How are you? Oh, no, it's not weird. It's just me. Hi, it's me. I'm weird. I've got new tops, although my shoulder's disappearing. I'm not a Candace Owens kind of person. She's okay, whatever. I think she's controlled opposition, but whatever. But her fashion, 10 on point. And I watched a couple of her episodes. I think 3 in total. And I'm like, oh my God, I need puffy sleeves. Although I don't have no doubt, thousands of dollars per blouse that she would pay because affluent. But Shein came through with the goods for a bit of a haul. So get ready for the puff sleeves. But I can't really see. So Oy vey. Bring back shoulder pads, says Rita. Good to see you. Yes, and more voluminous sleeves that you can then wears loops. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Before I go any further, thank you, Simi. Hi, Simi, by the way. Replay crew, hi. Assuming we don't get nuked. I mean, maybe. But if you would like to watch the live chat replay on your handheld device, your iPad, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, nothing wrong with Androids at all. Easy peasy. All you do is go to the comment tab. There's a few little dots in the top right-hand corner. Swipe them left, and it'll give you the option to hype live chat replay on your handheld and drop a comment. But love you too, Loops. Thank you, Simi. Let me just scroll back and say hi to some other folks because I see Teresa's here. Yes, so happy you made it here too. Did I see Forrest in the house? Yes. Forrest, 14 months. Thank you so much. Yes, please do hit the like, subscribe. Good news on the subscribe. My good friend Dee Sarah from DD Geopolitics, shout out Geopolitics, DD Geopol, amazing channel. Chris Halali and Sarah are so astute, and I'm a moderator there now. So I might even get Simi. Could you please drop the link to DD Geopol YouTube channel into chat? But anyway, Sarah's given me a couple of shout outs on her. Like they've got 50 something thousand subscribers. So she's given me a couple of shout outs, and we've stopped going backwards in the subscriber count. Like there is a God. I mean, there is a God anyway, but we were sliding back hard. But thank you, Forrest, for always doing those amazing YouTubey things. Now, what are we doing? Let me see. What are we doing? The doggos, yes. Now, where are we? We are streaming on Rumble, Twitter, X, YouTube, and Kick. So if anything happens here on YouTube, and that's where y'all in chat are watching, we will still be seamlessly live on those other platforms. So never fear. But I've had, I don't know, man. Don't worry, we're going to get back to it. I'm having to pace myself, and sorry about last weekend. The energy in the world is heavy, and as an extreme empath, I am doing my best to protect myself. But from those horrific energies, but Smarter Hurry, hello, good to see you. And we will get back to them. But so my algorithm, walk and talk chat, but too long don't read. This is a call-in show. You don't have to have StreamYard. You don't need to be on a laptop. You can call in via the link that Simi will drop in to the chat. You just simply hit the link. It'll take you to the not even backstage, but the pre backstage where you can type in like I'm Shorty on the screen. And Pierre's here too. Excellent. Pierre, I sent you an email. I sent you a private invite to a personal invite to participate because I know you're amazing on call-ins. So Pierre can attest. She's called in many times on a channel we both used to participate in, and it's easy peasy. You can be on your phone. You can have your face showing all not. If you go in there with the link and want to upload an avatar, a picture, like how Salty Sleuth has, or who else? People who don't like Dolphin and Butterfly and stuff. They don't put their faces on screen, so you don't have to. But you can be on screen. Either or. I'm happy if you're happy. I think we can have up to 10 people on the screen. It might be more now that I'm paying an exorbitant amount for my StreamYard. So that's what we're doing. But so back to my last couple of weeks. We've been doing the Tartaria. Well, we started Tartaria, which we will get back to, I promise. And we had a few little glitchy things, but we've also been talking about, Pizzagate, Geopol stuff, loosely, Jewish supremacy, less loosely. And so my algorithm on Twitter was very World War III heavy, and I managed to bring it back a little. That's okay, Simi. I can moderate it from here, but that's all good. You have to come in. So, but here's the thing with Tartaria. Don't get me wrong, the world is on fire. I think we're going to get there, but um, I'm almost more sad for the death of history, because it's really fucking obvious that there was an old world. It's not just conspiracy theory. There was an old world. Something massive happened, a mud flood or a cataclysm of sorts worldwide, not to mention a concerted effort by the Bolsheviks in Tartaria, so the sort of Eastern European belt, China, Russia, that area. And so they killed the last of the Tartarians. So I think the weight, like I spent, not last night, the night before, I spent a couple of hours just crying. I guess it was cathartic to cathartic period, to let myself grieve for all the things I'm feeling at the moment. It's not hopeless, but one of the things I was crying about, because I've had this, like, I'm tired, and I'm tired from my peasant work as well, but I don't have anyone here to talk to. Like the dogs, there's not much conversation, bless, but there's not. And my my work colleagues, they're not, they're spellbound, if at all. They're spellbound by the propagandist lies. Sorry, there's a fly. Spellbound by the propagandist lies. Jenny, hello. I'm still just shooting the shit. Thank you for being a member for a month. Love you. So I'm like, I'm all day every day listening, but very rarely participating in, very rarely participating in X spaces about all this stuff. And so it's very fourth wally, right? I feel like I mean, I do. I mean, a group chat with a bunch of the sort of the people who get on speakers on some of those spaces. So Sarah, and anyway, you guys went there, but DDG Sarah, which is cool, but it's also the time difference, blah blah blah, all that to say, I'm like, fuck, I need to talk to someone. So, hey Opal Gypsy, good to see you. So I'm like, but I'm tired, I don't want to put on my fucking makeup on. I don't know, I want to just do nothing. I'm like, I'll schedule a stream for Sunday. And like, no, because if I do that, I'll get to Saturday, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing Sunday either. My Sunday, your Saturday night. So I put on my brave Miss Shorty, Camp Shorty therapy, emotional pants, and just knuckled down and thought we'd do this. And I wasn't sure how we were going to do the call in. I'm like, I don't want those fucking petty flying monkeys coming in and trying to call in. But if they do, I'm in control of who gets on stage. So I don't think they bother with it anymore. You know what I mean? So I wasn't sure how many, if any, people would like to call in. So I have got things pulled up. I've got my second monitor again. Yay. I just haven't been bothered to do it. I have got some things bookmarked and pulled up, and I have even notes in my, where's this front? My Cam Shorty, love this thing, little notebook. Beautiful. It is amazing. So if the conversation lags, I mean, I can talk underwater, but or people are feeling a little bit reticent to, Pammy, hi, good to see you. Buster, of course, wants to go outside now. So anyway, all that to say, we're doing a call-in show of sorts, kind of like a hybrid of, and I know Loops Wesley is familiar with Twitter Spaces. If you're not, honestly, it's They're really cool. You have to choose the right ones, and I can tell you which ones I recommend if you would like some sort of guidance. But we don't have it. We don't have to talk about anything in particular. I've got some book. Buster, just wait, please and thank you. I've got some bookmark things. I would like to, if we want to prompt the conversation, namely the false flag stuff happening at synagogues. In your country, the it's we know we've trained for this. We have trained for this. We can spot those false flags. So I've got a few other things. Let me see. Oh, here's one. Here's one. So remember when we did the 9/11? Wait, let me do this. Give me a sec. And then Shelley, hi, good to see you. We did we've done a couple of shows on 9/11 false flag question mark. No question mark. As in doesn't mean it didn't happen, just to reiterate, but it did not happen the way the official narrative goes. And let me see. Let me just. Oh no, there it is. That's not the one I wanted to show you, but this. I've got some. I've got an interesting letter that Harry Truman wrote to Mrs. Roosevelt. In fact, let me just read that first, because this isn't a new thing, right? I mean, he was do you guys know what a Shabbos goy is? So on the Shabbat for Orthodox and Hasidic Jews, they can't do any work on Saturdays, right? So they have all workarounds. The person who designed to turn on lights was Jewish, and they would hire goyim, the Gentiles, the non-Jews, to go and do their menial stuff. Pammy, thank you so much. On Saturdays, and they would be called the Shabbos goys. So anyway, this letter says, sorry about me looking off screen, but it's over here. Second monitor, and then I'm going to open up the lines. My dear Ms. Roosevelt, hang on. I read your telegram with regard. This was on August the 23rd, 1947. I read your telegram with regard to the Jews with a lot of interest. The situation is a most embarrassing one all the way around and has been most difficult to approach. I hope it will work out. I understand these ships were loaded and started to Palestine with American funds and American backing. So if you're not sure, the state of Israel, the secular state of Israel in occupied Palestine, came into existence in 1948. So this is in the year before. So at this point, the Americans were helping Palestinians. So they were loaded knowing that they were trying to do an illegal act. The action of some of our United States Zionists will eventually prejudice everyone against what they are trying to get done. I fear very much that the Jews are like all underdogs. When they get on top, they are just as intolerant and cruel as the people were to them when they were underneath. I regret this situation very much because my sympathy has always been on their side. Anyway, that's interesting. It's all good, Forrest. Thank you so much for popping by. It's so good to see you. Now, where was I? I was actually going to show you. That wasn't it. And Buster wants me to. I've got some things like, because I know the accounts to follow, and who have direct. I'm friends with Iranians. I'm friends with Lebanese people who live there. I am friends with people who have sources in those countries, and also follow them. Not only friends. So there's something from an Australian politician which we'll get to. Oh, that's thank you. Now the thing I wanted to show you was this. What? Wait. I never bookmark things. I always keep them in a separate folder, but I figured I would bookmark because oh God. Yes, Buster, I'm coming. Where is it? Oh, anyway, Larry Silverstein, I'm getting back. We're looping back to the 9/11 comment. Larry Silverstein, remember he was the one who purchased the World Trade Center for like a bargain basement white elephant price, and then managed to make billions. billions. Yes, billions on his insurance policy, among other things. So false flag. Here it is. So he just bought. There it is. Larry Silverstein just bought the U.S. bank tower in LA. Probably nothing. So if you're in LA, my advice to you at the moment would be to not go to any, not just in LA, anywhere, to any big events. I wouldn't, because there is a false flag that will happen, something really big, because the American public, is my understanding, isn't super keen on this World War III that, frankly, the United States initiated unprovoked at the behest of Bibi Six Fingers Netanyahu. So that now. What What tell me what that's not we just got nuked. Wait, can I see? I've got my wait, I can tell. I know that because I've still got the stream there on my other screen because 2 monitors. Now, you don't need to shut up. That's what we're here. We're here to talk. Don't shut up. You can call in or you can type in chat. We don't censorship. We don't censor. Fantastic. Thanks, P. Let me see what else have I got here then. While we're Poppy, please. While I've got screens. So walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Also in Australia, I would be reticent to do any big events either, because we are not shy of we don't shy away from false flag events here either, do we? And this is on the back of it's in a train station on the where they tell you what's next, what's coming, which trains are coming next. Sydenham, in the event of an attack, what you do matters. Why? What does the Australian government, does the New South Wales government know something we don't know? Because we have been in training for this. Here's a price of fuel. This isn't in Melbourne. Maybe Rita, you're in Sydney, right? Buster, hang on. So when you do the conversion, right now in Australia, in Melbourne, the cost of regular unleaded is the equivalent of US dollars, about $9.50 a gallon, USD. That diesel price there in the green is ridiculous. I've seen it. So that price equates to almost $14 USD a gallon. Australia's, who knows if these are actual shortages or government initiated. What's the word? My brain buffering. If the government's holding it back to create shortages, or whether it's fear mongering or whether it's price gouging, who knows? The effect on us, the Australians, are the same. And I know in the States, it's been going up as well. So, what's this? Here's a funny one. Let me see if I can play this with sound. So the top image there on the screen is an Iranian journalist doing a news report. And there's strikes happening, right? And the bottom guy is so-called Israeli in occupied Palestine. So let me see if I can play this and make it bigger. That's what she said.
اومدن بیعت کنن با امامشان، با امام خامنه ای اومدن بیعت کنن و لبیک میگوین. مردم اومدن بگوین ما نمیترسیم، ما اینجاییم، ما مردم شجاعیم. بشنویم شعار مردم.
These are proud people. They're not scared. Let's watch it again.
از دولت اسرائیل شنیدی میرسید دوباره آژیر خطر به صدا در اومده. ما باید
متوجه هم شرایط بسیار حساس در جنوب اسرائیل.
Okay. So the thing is, the Zog America didn't really properly understand the culture of the Iranians, and they don't need a regime change. and they don't understand Islam. I'm just about to start reading the Quran because I finished reading the Bible, so I am educating myself. But martyrdom, these people are not scared in Iran, and they are brave, strong, mighty people. And fuck around and find out. Here, let's listen to this. This is an Australian politician called Nick McKim. I'm not making any. I don't know it. I don't follow Australian politics. Frankly, it's a shit show. Buster, please, 1 second. I'll play this, and I'm going to let Buster out. Let me see. I'm going to go to this, and what did I just do? I don't know how long it is. 3 minutes 36. Perfect. I'll let Bussy out to go to the toilet because Pigs is. Wait. Why can't I put this? Wait. This.
Aren't you embarrassed? This is the guy you've hitched us to at the hip. I mean, he is a fascist, war criminal, fantasist, and you have hitched our country at the hip to him, cheering these horrors on. Remember, Labor was the first government anywhere in the world to cheer on Trump and Netanyahu's illegal war. It was embarrassing. It was mortifying watching Prime Minister Albanese obsequiously toady his way onto the international stage while the war criminals, Trump and Netanyahu, committed war crimes. And now you've even got US President Donald Trump suggesting that the Tomahawk missile that bombed an Iranian school, killing over 150 Iranian schoolgirls, was stolen from the US by Iran, which apparently dropped it on its own school. I mean, aren't you embarrassed? This is the guy you've hitched us to at the hip. I mean, he is a fascist, war criminal, fantasist, and you have hitched our country at the hip to him through AUKUS, through your obsequious toadying of the war criminals Trump and Netanyahu and their illegal war. It is humiliating, it's embarrassing, and it's degrading for our country.
Absolutely, Wes.
Now, of course, the women from the Iranian football team that are here in Australia deserve asylum, and the Greens are very happy to see that that asylum will be granted. But we have to point out that on the same day that the government has announced that those women will quite rightly be granted asylum, the government is slamming the door in the face of countless other Iranian people who could have sought protection in Australia and who now will not be permitted to do so. And what that means is every time a Labor politician claims that they care about women in Iran, that they care about human rights abuses in Iran.
I'm just going to pause there for a moment and say there are no human rights abuses in Iran. I mean, for starters, we put our, government schools put their children in school uniforms. People have to comply. I've got a video I'll show you next. I'll find it. I'll get it up next. And Wes absolutely absolutely call in. Love you too. Just click on the link. Anyone, feel free. I'm just killing time until poor choice of words until people call in. So I've got a video to show you. What right does the US have to police, or any of the Western and the global North have to police the cultural differences of another country on the other side of the world that pose no threat? They didn't. They're not going to stop until Iran is not going to stop until the US is out of the Middle East. There are no bases left. Iran is shitting all over the US and its so-called Israel, and it's a marvelous thing to see. I don't wish death on anyone. I hate it. It makes me feel sick. But this had to happen. No more. Iran will be the superpower the empire that is the US is no more, and all of the presidents in the last, well, since JFK, have been installed to get to this point. This is a very long-term plan. Anyway, you get the picture with him. Let me just find another, let me just go back. So you don't have to see me scrolling and rolling. I'm gonna find this. I mean, you can, same with a scientific study, right? You can skew or show whatever you like, easy peasy, with different filming and whatever. But trust me when I tell you that the Iranians I know and the Muslims I know are the most amazingly kind, gentle, loving, peaceful people. I can't wait to read the Quran, because I love it. I love Islam. Of course, there's extremists, but they're extremists. You're on X now. Loops, you've got to call in through the StreamYard link. It's not a space, I don't think. Yeah, so come back to YouTube and Simi. We don't mind about the caps, Reader. You know, all caps are fine here. Loops, come back and you just have to click a link. Simi's been dropping it in the chat, and you just click it. It's a little bit different to X Spaces, but it's the same idea. So just click the link and it'll bring you to a pre-backstage screen where you just type in your name. And if you want to add an avatar, you don't have to. If you don't want to show your face, you certainly don't have to. You can just have the generic, like, bot account avatar. It's up to you. I'm just trying to find this. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, God. So many things to show you. Maybe I'll type it in instead. I want to show you, like Nicholas Ticklus. We unfollowed each other. Well, I unfollowed him from me. Let me just type it in. Shot me some fucking goy slop propaganda bullshit about women in hijabs and how oppressed they are. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of him here. Let me just type in. Oh no, it's Syrian girl. Yeah, Syrian girl. She put this video up earlier, which is, I think. Here's an. Well, I'll pull up this. Like, wait. Oh, Loops is there. Hang on. Wait. Get yourself settled, Loops. I'll just do this one thing, and then we can come and have a chat. So here, this isn't what I was going to show you, but so no, I'm not trying to be shady on Americans. You guys, you're my best friends. I love you, but America, the entity. Anyway, so freeing women, it says. Comparison: Iran versus the United States. So you can see there, female literacy rate 99% in Iran versus 87 in America, Jamaica. Access to higher education 62%, 57 in America. Women in engineering / sciences 70% versus 23% in the US. 60% women in medicine, in like med students versus 47 in the US. Female doctors, 49% of doctors are women in Iran versus 38% of doctors in the US are women. And obviously the Iran-Iraq war eliminated a lot of the men from Iranian men due to war. So they just knuckled down, dug in and trained the women up to fill society with what they needed. But let me say first, and I see Rita's backstage too, so I'm going to pull Mr. Loops up onto the stage, my friend. Hi, how are you? Can't hear you. Wait, you're muted. Loops, you're muted.
Oh,
down the bottom. Yeah,
all
there you
right,
go.
all right, there we go. All right, there's a big false flag happening. The same synagogue in America, for all my Americans, the same synagogue that they actually did active shooter training in, and they had an active shooter in the same synagogue. All right, so listen, oy vey, Oy vey. Like, listen to what's happening right now. Understand your geopolitical position. Understand that Netanyahu has 6 fingers. Like, look at what's going on in the world right now. Like, it's like, oy vey, we're so oppressed. We have these dirty shoes, and it's like 6 million shots of these of the active shooter. Like, it's absolutely 100% ridiculous. Like, um, separate the wheat from the chaff, guys. Every last one of you, separate the wheat from the chaff, because that's what it comes down to. Like, don't be a dumbass. Like, grow your own food. Like, do what you have to do. Um, and at the end of the day, like, join a community of people. If you're in America, and Aussies, oh my goodness, Aussies, you guys are skits cunts. Every last one of you, skits. You guys are skits as fuck. And dude, I consider Aussies my brothers and sisters. Like, so, like, you guys are the best, and you guys really zero. Like, you guys don't give a fuck about what's going on. You'll tell it how it is. And unfortunately, in America, um, it's difficult for us to do that, because then we'll be on a watch list, or your X account will get shadow banned, or you'll just get removed from X, or whatever the case may
No,
be.
Loops,
So,
it's actually the same in Australia. In fact, we in Australia in like so states. In Queensland, in the last, we had our first arrest for someone when it's illegal in Queensland for anyone to say the phrase "from the river to the sea." And a young woman got arrested for wearing a shirt protesting. It just said "river to the sea." We actually have anti-Semitism and hate speech laws in place now. I have, she's not here at the moment, I don't think, but our beautiful friend Britt Ketchell, I have her phone number up on my fridge in case I get arrested for this thing, like let alone my X or YouTube accounts nuked. But if I get arrested for my helter-skelter anti-Semitism, oy vey, that I can say, hey, can you call Brit and get her to come and get my dogs? So trust me when I say we might be fearless, but we are not without ramifications if we say the shit that we want to say. I'm trying to find, I had that video because you said about the false flag in the Michigan synagogue, which incidentally, if you're going to actually impact on Jewish people and cause any real, like as in the people of that community, you'd go on a Saturday, right? That's, no one's there on a Thursday. So let me see. I'm gonna so speaking of sick cunts, Rita is backstage. So Rita, I'm gonna pull you up on stage as well, because we can have many people. Hey girl, Aussie.
Hey, hey, how are, what did you call me? Sorry,
A sick cunt.
skits cunt. Oh, sick cunt.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Loot said skits and I said sick. Same. You are
Oh
both.
yeah. Because I'm fully sick. I'm fully sick.
Yes.
How are you? How are you guys? Hi, Loops. How are you?
yeah, I'm fantastic. I learned the Aussie lingo from watching Jared Wright and the Big Les show. So if you
Oh,
guys are
the Big
familiar with
Les.
that,
Oh my God, I love the Big. You watch the
Jared
Big
Wright
Les
and the
show?
Big Les show, dude, that's like absolutely based.
That's I love that. I love that show. I've watched everything. Yeah, that's the best. But yeah, lovely to meet you. And it's so good to talk to you, Miss Shorty. Finally. I'm so happy. But this topic is yeah, it's a big one for me. So we have 6 task forces in Sydney for anti-Semitism. So 6. We just had another one added. So I mean, it's with the Bondi.
False flag. Sorry, I mean, oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So what I've been trying to tell people is that Australia was attacked. That's what it was,
Yes,
because it was
absolutely.
not It wasn't just the Jewish community that was attacked, it was Australia. We had people of all religions there. So, what I keep saying is that Bondi Beach is not a synagogue. It isn't. It actually is part of Australia, Sydney, Australia. And that's the truth. Um, so, I mean, look at everybody that was there that was running for their lives. They weren't just Jewish, and that's the truth. That is the truth.
But as we all know, Rita, throughout history, there is a tendency for so-called anti-Semitic attacks to be carried out by those same people, and then as they cry out in pain at the thing they did to themselves. That's not a trope. It's documented throughout time, even right down to, like, I was in a space earlier where they were talking about stuff that happened in World War II, that because the victors write the history books, God, they give us propagandized accounts of what happened, and limit don't include all the actual details that show the goy in the light least favorable, and the supremacists in the most favorable light. That they've worked out a
Yeah,
long time ago. So dark psychology.
absolutely.
But that
Yes,
I
Doc.
mean, also with Bondi, Rita, was, I mean, come on now, ISIS.
Yeah,
That's Israeli secret intelligence service, and
yeah, the
as
Mossad.
is ASIO. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
so is ASIO, our CIA. So get the fuck out of here.
yeah. I was gonna say, God, I was gonna say something else. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I'm not sure if you heard up in Sydney, there was a caravan incident that happened, where there was a plot to attack the Jewish community once again. And that was actually a foiled plot. And it had come out in Parliament that it was a fake, which is true. And I can send you the clip actually. I will do that, Miss Shorty. I will have to do
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
And it came out in Parliament that there was no such thing as anti-Semitism. And it was just a way to cover up Jewish crime. And
Absolutely.
that came,
And
yeah,
to shame, and nobody likes to be like, they manufacture, same as conspiracy theorists, same kind of manufactured slur, that nobody wants to be called a racist, nobody wants to be called an anti-Semite, I mean, conspiracy theorist is a moot point now because they're all coming true, but
but
yeah, it's
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, but like that's the thing. So I'm doing the Epstein files, and if you look at the Epstein files, it will actually, how do I say this? Every conspiracy theory is making the people that are saying you're a conspiracy theorist, they are looking stupid right now because everything in there is actually true, if that makes sense.
absolutely. I mean, I'm honestly, at this point, I'm open to hearing about flat Earth, and
I'm,
I'm open to lizard people. Like,
yeah,
everything else is
yeah.
like, why not? Like, everything else is
Well,
fucking crazy, so
Yeah,
why
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So also, I saw something earlier. So like if you look in the Epstein files, you won't find
So,
don't. You won't find
don't.
don't.
Okay.
Why won't you find don't? Like,
I don't
do
know.
not, don't. Why won't you find that? Because it's too reminiscent of Donald Trump. And so when they were redacting all the files, understand, if it was anything similar to Don, D-O-N-T, Don, it was redacted immediately.
Really? I need to know that. That's a really good thing for me to know because thank you. I appreciate that. Because
Yep,
so that's a true thing. Really?
yep. Look in the files.
Oh my
And
god.
it's
Everything
to
that
say,
is don't, you won't find don't in the Epstein files.
because they've
That's a
Because
redacted
it's
it
too
yeah.
reminiscent to Donald Trump.
you're
And also, you'll
Because
see
we
a
joking.
lot
know
of
we know Donald Trump was with First, Elite Modeling Corporation,
Oh yeah, I've
John
got all. Yeah,
Casablancas, and then
yeah,
he was
yeah.
with Epstein, and Epstein was part of John Casablancas. Imagine that.
Mm,
Imagine all of that.
that's insane. Thank you so much for giving me that information, because I've gone through quite a lot, and I mean I've gone through the Australian stuff, and what I've found in this, well, not all of it, but we have something called the 28. I don't know, we're going off topic a little bit. I'm so sorry. But we do have something called the 28 here, and that's in our own
There's
government.
no topic. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So we have something here called the 28. And I've been working on that for a long time. And that's basically, it's Senator Bill Heffernan that did the inquiry in the like the federal government, and it's a list of judges, lawyers, police officers, and apparently there was one prime minister within the last 50 years that was
Hmm.
a pedophile, a chomo. I don't know what I can say and can't say, so I've got to really be
Say whatever
careful.
you want, man. No censorship.
I don't know. I just I'm so used to being, so they had a royal commission about this, and the royal commission just went, okay, we'll accept that, and the police are protecting it. It's insane. I've got to send that to you too, Miss Shorty.
Yes.
So it's insane. So what happened was, I then looked into it further. I couldn't find who this prime minister was. I had an inkling, but I don't. I looked into the files, and I found a few of the people that it could have been. Plus, I've been watching all of the Congress hearings with Pam Bondi. Oh my God, she's insane. She's just crazy. The redactions are freaking. They actually emailed the survivors, and they redacted one of them. They sent out the list
Mm.
of the survivors.
By
All the
design. They did that. That's by design. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shelley,
and
your
also
thing
Pam
just.
Bondi is also attached to Arm& Hammer. So you guys can look this up. It's Jonathan Decent, Jonathan Cagle, Decent on X. You guys can look at us. His also other handle was Posabitch, and he's also locked up right now for
One
posting
of
this
many. Yes.
at this
Yes.
point in time. Like, it's on my timeline on X if you guys want to go and follow CW Looper. You guys will see what I have posted on there. A decent community. We all know Mike Honcho's been putting the word out, and understand that in America, yeah, they're coming to get you. It's no different than Britain for posting anti-Semitic tropes and what have you, and understand that I do have my profile picture, my PFP is
yeah.
Hitler with a big swastika in the background.
Oh
So,
damn.
I mean, frankly,
you know,
everything that I have. I'm sure you've read Mein Kampf, Loop, but like, I mean, in wartime, nobody there. Brutal things happen during wartime, right? But uh, he he wasn't. He was the most smeared man in history, fairly, I think, up there with Michael Jackson. I'm going to stop. I'm going to say hi to my beautiful girl, Shelley. Hi, Poke. Good to see you. Oh, I can't hear you. Wait.
Can you
Oh,
hear?
maybe I. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Hello. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm
Hello.
good. It's good to see your face. I
Yes,
have a
you
necklace to
too.
show you.
Yes.
My daughter-in-law gave it to me
I can't
for
hear.
Christmas. Hang on.
That's so
My
beautiful.
daughter-in-law gave that to me for Christmas. It's in Morse code.
That's so cool. What does it say?
Yeah. Trump. That's what it says.
Miss Shorty, I
Uh,
can't hear. I can't hear Poke.
Sorry, I am on a terrible mic and this is all I have right
no,
now.
that's
Apologize.
weird. Rita, I can hear you. Loops, can you hear Shelley? Poke?
Yeah, I hear her loud. Yeah, she's loud and clear. Like, come
I
on in,
can't.
Yeah.
girl. Come on in, girl. Like, land that plane.
I can't hear her at all.
She's talking. Maybe I'll let you know, Rita, when she stops. I love it, Shelley.
I know.
Does it say
It's too
like
cute.
the whole way around? Is it just Morse code, like just fuck Trump, fuck
It's
Trump?
just right here. Fuck Trump.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. And how's your little
Yeah.
grandbaby doing?
Oh, he's a right fuss bucket. He's just a little fussy dude. Likes to be held. Gotta
Don't
walk him
we all?
around.
Aww,
But
that's
he's
so
he's
sweet.
wonderful. Gabby got a
Good.
tattoo today and he got a temporary one on his leg.
Did that also say fuck Trump? No.
No, it didn't. It was just a little picture.
Be a lot
That's
cooler
so
if it
sweet.
did. hey, Miss Shorty, like, please make me an honorary Australian, because look, I'm still in my high vis. You know, like,
Yes.
I'm not a lolly guy, but I'm in my high vis. You know why we keep the high vis on? Is because we can go to the pub and it looks like that we've been working all day, even if we haven't. And so, Miss Shorty, I'm gonna have to bounce because I got
Yes.
some shit to do. But I love you
Thank
so
you.
much, Miss Shorty.
I
You
love
are
you
the
too,
greatest.
Loops.
Lovely to
Oh,
meet you, Loops.
thanks,
Uh,
Loops.
Yep, you
I
guys
Hey,
are
am.
Rita.
all the greatest. Like, you guys literally are the greatest. Like, keep waking up to the JQ. Question everything. Don't fall for nothing, and understand that we are in all countries are in occupied zone right now. They were kicked out of 109 countries. All right, so we're going to kick them out of every other single country. Like, so I will say that I am I'm not a Zionist, but I will say I can agree to Zionism because they need to go back. All the people in our government need to go back and go fight for the war in Iran. That's what they need to do. Take all these Howard Lutnicks, take all these other people, Randy Fines in American government.
Oh,
Take your ass back to fucking Israel and fight the war yourself, you fat fucking cunt, fucking Jew bastards. And so I'm
My
gonna land
God.
right there, and then I gotta bounce after that because fuck these
you're
goddamn
amazing.
fucking Jews.
Thanks, Loops. See ya.
Yo,
I'll
To me,
drop
that's
you out.
hilarious.
Miss Shorty, I have no
Hello.
idea what I can't so Poke is like on mute, unfortunately.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, I don't know. So I am so
Sorry, y'all.
sorry.
I'm sorry if that's a problem for y'all. I'm gonna dip. I'll be in
Thank you for
chat though.
showing us your. Yes. Thank you for coming up and showing us your microphone. It was your necklace. It was beautiful to see you. Fuck Trump.
You
Yes.
too. I love
Thanks,
you guys.
Poke.
All right.
Love you.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye, Rita.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we're back. You and me, Rita. Now, just
okay.
before you go on, Pia or Simi, do you guys want to come up as well? But Rita, tell us more. You've been doing stuff into the Epstein files.
Yes, a lot. So much every day, every single day. So I actually believe that this whole entire war, plus a few extra things, so Trump's baseline behavior is to literally go on a war path. And it is. So he started back in 2020 when he was impeached, and he bombed, I'm pretty sure it was Iran back in 2020. And then
Syria.
he,
It was Syria.
Syria, sorry, yes, you're right. Syria, that's correct. And then so he then so that was the impeachment. And then he started again when he wanted to do Operation Fury. No, Hammer, Warhammer. I don't understand how Iran could be any capabilities for nukes if that was a spectacular whatever. And he did that with Netanyahu. And look, I kind of liked Trump. I did. But when he slept with Netanyahu, that was game over. That was just, yeah.
So here's the thing is though, I get all of that, but Trump, like every other politician, in my opinion, every president has been installed by, and Bibi's also actually just a puppet. There's a bigger power play at hand, and
Mm.
I think you're going to say that this whole war is to deflect from the Epstein files, and that's the
No,
purpose.
no,
No,
no, no,
because
no.
in my opinion, it's a convenient byproduct for Trump, that people aren't talking about the Epstein files anymore, but that's the tool that they're using, among other things, to ensure DJT is all in, but also he's all in anyway because he's a clinically demented lifelong
Oh, yes.
psychopath, with a megalomaniac. So
Oh,
I think
yeah.
there's
There's
many
way
key
more.
things at play. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
the
one.
Greater Israel Project is the main thing. They've been wanting to do this for a long
40
time.
years.
So
Yeah,
mm,
Netanyahu has said
mm,
this 40
mm,
years.
mm,
But there's way more to it. And one of
mm,
them is the petrodollar,
mm.
because Iran essentially signed on with BRICS. So
Yeah,
that's with the oil.
yeah.
So Trump wanted a hand in picking the new leader when Ayatollah had died. And like you had said earlier, which really got me going, is who the fuck is America anyway to go into another country? Again, Venezuela pissed me the fuck off. Greenland pissed me off. Like just the way that he can go in and say, "Oh, it's just a piece of ice." But again,
The thing,
you know,
no one's. He's. I think, in my opinion, the thing is that everybody, as in the Greater North, have been. It's global Jewish supremacy has been interwoven into geopolitics and all of it for a very long time, and and they either have compromat on people, or people are happy to they're power hungry, the various political leaders, and or they've
yeah,
been installed as puppets to further this long-term plan, which is ultimately leading towards Agenda 2030 and transhumanism. It's so massive, and one government
yeah,
in it's helpful to know the eschatology of Judaism, which I do quite intimately now. I've got some things to some clips if we want to play them, but
yeah.
it's like a bit like when people say, well, what would be the motive for 9/11? Well, it doesn't have to be one motive. It's not like murder in true crime, where usually it's jealousy or it's
Yeah.
life insurance. These are far more nuanced, complex um, issues where many people can benefit for various facets. Benefit, I use that in their eyes, and because they're psychopaths, they don't care about the collateral damage. It's fine.
No.
And if we're talking about the transhumanism and the one world government agenda, in connection with the Talmud's sort of messianic delusions, is that they need for 2/3 of the population to be wiped out, and for that to come about, for their Messiah to come, which is the Antichrist. It's so complex. It's very
Yes.
it's frustrating people when people are like, it's because of this. Well, yes, it is, but also this and this and
Yes.
this
There's
at this.
That's right. There's multiple factors. You know, I'm severely ADHD. I don't mean to go off on different like
Tangent
topics.
away, I am too.
Yeah, I know, but 1 minute I'm talking about Israel, and then I go, oh, and then Venezuela. I don't mean to do that,
No, but
but
I think it's all connected, Rita. Like that's the thing. It's
yeah,
so interwoven. These aren't independent, separate events. These are all part of this gigantic. The world is on fire. Like it's
yes,
accelerating, and so it's worthwhile. And hopefully, like I'm following you because I know all these things. And in chat, if
yes,
people want
yes,
to ask for clarification or get the link, ask for the nexus. So I get
absolutely.
it. I get you.
Yeah, I know you do. Thank you. It's just so when it comes to Netanyahu, who is just, as you know, the biggest war criminal, and you know,
Oh,
he's, if you look at the patch on the Israeli arm, on the military, they literally have the country is basically, I think it's like Jordan, Kuwait, like they've combined all the countries together because that's their
the Greater Israel
ultimate,
Project.
yeah,
Yes.
that's right, exactly. So um I think that Israel want, so their gain is obviously to quash Iran, and that's what they gained from this. Um, the little girls' school, you mentioned before. So what happened? I remember as soon as that happened, America took responsibility for that. They had actually said that they
Mm.
had thought there was a tunnel underneath that school and it was an AI glitch. So I don't know why they're rewriting that. And then Mark Rubio,
They rewrite
um,
everything.
absolutely, they do. So now they're saying, oh, it was, the Tomahawk was bought. Shut up. It had to be fired from either it had to be fired from a special weaponry. So, yeah, it's just sickening. But another thing that came out of the Epstein files was Trump so the emails come from the Epstein files was regarding Trump and Iran. There was something about some strategic planning with Iran. And what I
That
find
Trump would do,
also,
yes. That email's like people are getting deeper into away from the, like the razzmatazz of the names and the celebrities and who's in the files and getting through to these more geopolitical implications. It's quite
yes,
fascinating, isn't it?
that's what I've been trying to focus on. So he did some strategic stuff to do with Iran. So Epstein did as well, but in the 80s with weaponry, illegal weaponry. However, what I found was in 2015, Mark Rubio, the bloke that's just going, no other country can do this but America, he and Trump are working together. He said in 2015 also that he predicted that in 10 years, 2025, that Iran would have all these capabilities, blah, blah, blah. And then this happens. Then this happens. So I just find that this is planned. This is absolutely planned.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of planned, and I'll give you a trigger warning first. It's not gruesome at all, but it's confronting and very real. There's no, but I'm going to pull up, show you all a short clip, video clip of that Tomahawk, the second. So it was a double tap. So you might mistakenly. Uh, Not, but one could say, okay, maybe it was a mistake, maybe it was an AI glitch. Interestingly enough, the school that was hit in Minab, with 165 plus 7 to 12-year-old girls was the school for the Iranian the IRGCs, their military children. It was a military kids school. So, what sort of
Oh,
motherfuckers? Yeah, man.
oh,
So
I
what sort
didn't
of
know that.
motherfuckers? Yeah, so
Oh,
they
shit.
so that's despicable war crime behavior
That,
that that not only was it civilian children, but it wasn't. It was the children of the military. So I'm going to pull this up.
right.
I'm going to scroll away. So I'm just going
I don't think it's
to
Americans. I think that's Israel then. I don't know.
No. They're
Well, that's
working. That's the same.
yeah,
They're the same.
exactly.
So,
It's the same. Yeah, of course.
now
Oh
what
my
it
god, I
is?
didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh my
So
god.
it's there's I'll get so understand this was the second tap of the double tap. So they hit them once and then 40 minutes later hit again. So when all the parents and emergency services were getting there, so I'm gonna just go max
They hit him
screen.
twice.
Yeah, double tap, 40 minutes apart. Okay.
I didn't know.
That's
How can that? Oh my god.
so, and that was what
Fucking
kicked off, like, sorry, that's very
no.
flippant terminology,
No.
but
That's fine.
and it was, there's no preemptive strike, but basically now Iran's saying, because Trump's going daily to say, he's trying to get a ceasefire. No, there'll be no ceasefire. What they want is time so they can Israel, so-called Israel, and the US can replenish their weaponry. But Iran are sending out $10,000 to $20,000 drones, like scores of them, and the US and Israel are spending millions of
Yes.
dollars trying to
Yeah.
intercept every one of those drones, and it's just not happening.
Yes.
And they underestimated very much the military and weaponry capabilities of the Iranians. They didn't realize that Hezbollah, which is in Lebanon, was still
Yes.
absolutely. They were just they were the sleeper cell waiting. They underestimated the passion and the pride of a nation and of a religion, so Islam, of these people, because the Western civilization doesn't have that, and that's been engineered by this 100-year plus plan of the Illuminati
Yeah.
bloodlines, and the Jewish supremacy to dumb us down, to sell us convenience, materialism, capitalism, get
Yeah.
us entrenched into the debt slavery, which is usury, watching stupid movies and stupid streaming,
Oh,
and going to
100%.
work, and also, but all the while the countries, these countries which are mostly Muslim versus Christianity, don't not only do they not aspire to those things, they don't allow those things into their country, and same with the central banking system. Iran is the last of the countries,
Absolutely. That is
so
that
it's
right
so
there.
interconnected.
Oh, I'm on the same page. I hear you. And
Yeah.
at the moment, the world, so Iran and the banking system is exactly on point. And I hear everything that you just said. I totally agree. And another thing, what pisses me
It's
off
so
about,
many things. It's so
yeah,
much,
it
Rita.
is.
Like, it's
I
so
know.
complicated.
I'm on the same page. I hear
Yeah.
you. But another thing that you touched on, what annoys me about this country is, and all the countries in the world, but this is my country. Who are we to tell people what religion they can follow? I mean, it's just like, why? Just let them do what they want. And that's it. They're in Iran. They're fucking in Iran. Why
The
are we so
problem is though that
concerned?
I think the problem is though that so I'm going to get something else from my account uh to show you guys. So I've referenced the clergy plan before, but the clergy plan is something like, and wait, before I do that, I'm going to show you a thing from a rabbi. Get rid of that. I'm going to get back to my bookmarks.
Yeah.
These psychopaths, the Epstein class, these people that have been planning all of this for the longest time, 100 years plus,
Mm.
longer, millennia. They the war-torn countries thing in the Middle East, countries of black and brown people, right? So they initiate these wars, which are a money-making, power-hungry thing, right? Which creates displaced people who are then sent out into sent west and to be refugees in all the countries. The Australian government, the American government, the Canadian government, all the European governments have all had these not only wanting to bring people in, refugees into the country to be workers, for multiculturalism, but also because they're in the pocket of this plan too. They're all in the pocket of it. But all of that stems from a Talmudic. And I've got to let me just see. Actually, Rita, you talk. I'll find this clip and
So
it might be it, because if you can't fathom that this shit is written into the Talmud, which is basically the Old Testament, which we won't even go. But like you say about religions, before I find this clip, it's frustrating when people say Muslims are, or this and that, whatever they say, which they don't know anything about. How can you speak to what is or isn't a religion and what they stand for? If you haven't read their book, whatever their book is, so that and B, when you can't even begin to fathom that these people in positions of power at the top of all of the governments have agendas and that they lie to us about. Well, they don't tell us. We're the stupid goy, right?
yes,
and governments don't have us, we the people, our best interests in mind at all.
no, they don't. And
So
yeah, that's right. So in my comment section, I get it a lot, and because of like my type of work that I do, which is I'm doing a lot of work voluntarily. But so in my comment section, when I put up stuff about, say, if there's a case regarding pedophilia, let's just say, and the person is of Australian, right? Because let's be honest now, a lot of the child predators, they aren't of, I don't care what religion, but I'll have people say religion of peace, and that's it. I lose it. I'll say, XYZ, and not even that. So I do the gangland. That's what I specialize in. And straight away, I get comments like religion of peace. They don't understand. These people are not even Muslim. They're indigenous.
No.
These people, they're indigenous. And then I get deport. Where do you want me to deport them to? Where do you want me to deport the indigenous people to? Where do you want me to deport?
No. And the reason why the indigenous people in any country act out, colonized countries, is because they've been oppressed and mistreated, and that's a generational trauma that obviously we know generational trauma or childhood trauma, compound trauma, is insidious and changes the psyche of the people, and oppressed people, downtrodden people are either going to like disappear and acquiesce, or they're going to act out, or they're going to rise up. Like, it's ridiculous. So I found this clip. Sorry, continue. I'll just pull this clip up.
Oh no, I was just going to say, well, I'm Maltese and we're indigenous, which I've been doing a lot of research on, and that was kind of cool. So it's I was just going to say that. That's all I was going to say. Anyway,
now hang on. So this is just a 1 minute clip.
Because we're socialist, capitalist, Bundist.
Pause. So this is a 1 minute 40 clip of a rabbi. I'll get it just queued up properly. I'm a bit dodge with the old Twitter shit. Talking about Jews starting wars and then cleaning it up.
The origins of Christianity and how it wasn't an accident, but it was a gift, possibly a mistaken gift, that Yaakov Avinu gave Esav. You will live by the sword. You will serve your brother. This is what Yitzchak tells Esav. Yitzchak tells Esav, you'll live by the sword. You'll serve your brother.
Rita, did you say you can't hear it?
It's
Anyway.
okay. I've got.
Okay, yep, good.
There literally, that means that, the Jews will have the shul, will have the house, and if you need someone to clean it, you call one of Esav's descendants to clean it. What is the meaning that Esav hated Yaakov because of the bracha? Again, we translate it literally. You will serve your brother. The word ta'avoid, serve, has another meaning as well. You will worship Hashem. What does avoida mean? Avoida means service.
Hashem is the Jews.
But avoida means worship.
And he's talking about the Goy, the Gentiles, the non-Jews. Talking about, because this is Jewish supremacy, right?
Also, and this is the prophecy of Yitzchak Avinu, that the Christian world will worship Klal Yisrael as their God. V'rav yavoid soyer, and the older brother not will serve the younger brother.
So just going to pause there. I'll keep, there's a little bit left to go, but I don't know if I've spoken with you guys about this, but the interesting thing about the patriarch, the guy they all look up to in Judaism is, and it's in the Old Testament, and it's Rebecca. She had two sons, right? She had I'm going to forget the names, but basically one of them was her favorite, and one of them was Abraham, the grandfather's favorite, and Jacob was Isaac. Anyway, the names, forgive me, it's been a minute, but basically her favorite son, the father was dying, and they wanted to get Abraham's blessing. Must have been the grandfather, Abraham's blessing, and have his birthright. But the birthright was for the other son. So he was blind and on his deathbed, this Abraham. And so Rebecca encouraged her favorite son, who is Isaac, or who became Israel. So when they say Israel, it was a person, not a secular state. First of all, the other brother was the hardworking one. So he was the hardworking one, but he was he came to his brother, and he was so hungry. He was so hungry, and he was just desperate for a meal. Hey guys, so his bad brother, who turned out to be Israel, said, "I'll feed you, but you must give me your birthright." So he basically extorted his own brother to get the birthright for the people, right? And then, because Abraham was on his deathbed and dying, Rebecca said, "Now cover your." So the good brother, the one who sold his birthright, was hairy, like as in physically hairy, had hairy everything, and the who became Israel, he was smooth skinned. So Rebecca encouraged her son to put goats' skins on him and go and pretend to be his brother who had the birthright, but and got Abraham to give him the blessing, and you can't take it back. No takesy backsies in the Old Testament, and basically tricked through trickery and connivery and selling out his own brother and fooling his own grandfather, managed to get the birthright. And then so the whole of the Old Testament is God gave the children of Israel, a person, not the secular state, the world, basically. They were God's chosen people, according to the Bible. I know it's all written by man, but just walk with me. And the whole of the New Testament is God and Jesus going, "You all fucked up. You fucked up over and over again. You continuously lied and cheated and went against the commandments of Moses. You fucked over Moses. You fucked everything. You guys are done. You're hypocrites. You're the viper's den. You're the worst. You're the worst." So the people, the whole basis of what religious Jews, Hasidic, Orthodox, not the Reform Jews, but the religion, but even it's a cultural thing as well. The person who they look up to in their history is a conniving, lying cheat who, after all of after so many chances, God went, nah, you guys are fucked. You're done. The synagogue of Satan. You had your chance and you lost it. But the culture of Judaism is that they want to. They think that they thought that Israel was clever, like ingenious. He used ingenuity, and he got one over, and yay, they aspire to that. So that's the whole foundation of all of it. And while, like, I see you guys in the chat, Shelley saying I have a massive problem with masculine based religion, being a oppositional defiant about it makes me question a ton. This is 2 millennia, like it's a conversation for another day, but basically what's happening now in the world is linked to all of this, right? It's aren't all wars forever and ever, amen, or all of them. So it's important to understand what they in Judaism consider to be aspirational is what we consider to be deceitful and conniving and immoral. So I'll play the rest of this clip, and then it's just so complex. This is what I spend all of my days and nights. Like, I was trying to find more rabbi clips, but I didn't. There's worse. They're demons. Not all. Not all Jews. Obviously, there's good Jews, but it is 2,000 years of this mindset. So
the older brother will worship the younger brother as a religion. That Shem predicted from the beginning of time that Esav will worship a Jew as their religion. That's the nevuah of Yitzchak Avinu. That's the nevuah of Shem. What an astounding nevuah. And if you want to know why Esav hates Yaakov, it's not because we're socialist, capitalist, Bundist, Yiddishists. The Esav hates Yaakov because they suffer from a lack of identity and self-confidence, and that they have to worship us.
So basically, they're saying, "You stupid goy, you've got no identity. You're idolaters. You believe in you worship one Jew, no, and you should believe in us." It's very hypocritical. Buster, hang on. So it's hard. Like, that's why I read the New Testament recently, first time ever, because I needed to be able to properly understand. I know a lot about the Talmud, but I needed to better understand so I could understand all of it. It's very instructive. Next, I'm doing the Quran because, again, I want to. How can I comment on it unless I know what their teachings are? So
yeah. I mean, I was gifted. I actually have the Quran next to me, which is very, very strange. It's in my top drawer. I was gifted this beautiful Quran many, many years ago because I have always worked, when I was a social worker, I worked with many different, I've always worked in Sydney, as you know. I've always commuted to Sydney. I don't anymore. But yeah, I was gifted a beautiful Quran, and again, as you know, ADHD, ODD. I find it very hard to read things in general. So I did start to read it, and you'll enjoy it. You will.
yeah, I've already started. Yeah, I love it already.
Yeah. So
I need another brain or a lot of 24 hours every day to get through all the stuff I want to learn. It's very frustrating. But we'll work with what we've got.
But what I find is I find it very I find it that what you're doing is fantastic. You know, people they divulge into Islam and, they rip it apart. And I think that having a conversation about Judaism and stuff like this is important as well, because nobody does.
And also, it's so very relevant. It's important. It's relevant.
Absolutely.
And it's important to understand, like we were already talking about, that this is a very complex, nuanced situation that we found ourselves in. It's not out of the blue.
No,
none of the full existence of what we are all experiencing in Western, the global North and the West, is happenstance. None of it happened organically. None of it. and it's important to get the context as, but like, I mean, I'm only sort of 6-7 months into understanding all this, so sometimes I don't articulate it as well as I could in my brain. I get it, but it's,
No, you're fine. You're
autistic
doing
thing of,
great.
thank you.
Look,
And like I've sort of said to everyone for quite a while, I would just love to crack open the door for people somewhere, whether it's Pizzagate or the Epstein files, whether it's false flags, whether it's talking, like being brave enough to say the word Jews or Adolf Hitler or Jewish supremacy, or just saying, like, talking politics and religion, which is generally a no-no.
no, it's great.
That people will go, one thing will grab their attention. They'll be like, I'm going to look more into that. And I know that you all are inquisitive, curious people. And that's, I mean,
I think it's,
for
I
me,
love it.
yeah, thank you. I mean, the channel is suffering greatly for it, but I don't give a fuck. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing. So,
Well,
and I
yeah.
like, go ahead.
Well, for me, I don't have anybody to talk to about this. This is all I do. And you know how much you know how much I love you. But look, let's be honest. There's been an old saying the Jewish rule the world. The Jewish rule the world,
Yes.
and
Yep.
let's just be honest. They do. That's the truth, and that it is 40 years old, and I've heard it all my life, and it's just the truth. It's just the
Isn't
fucking
it funny
truth.
though? It's funny. That's why I read that at the start. I read that. Actually, I'll pull up another thing. I read that thing from Truman. That was 100 years ago, almost. There's so many. That once you realize this, and we've been shamed into. You haven't even been out. You still can't on Twitter. If you like, people. You can't say Jew. You have to. I mean, I do. I don't give a fuck. What, take me down my account, whatever. But that's all part of that anti-Semitism, racist. Well, racism is real, but those
Yeah.
labels that they've concocted to put on us, and they're very powerful because they do rule the world. That particularly in America, not so much here, but in America,
Oh no, they rule here.
they will fuck you up. They will shut down your bank accounts. They will get you fired. You'll be unemployable because nobody wants to be associated with an anti-Semitic. It's changing now, but it's been orchestrated for a very long time. Where's
Well,
this other?
Miss Shorty, they rule here because the hate speech laws are all for,
Absolutely.
and even like for Netanyahu, and Albanese isn't the best, but
Oh,
when Netanyahu, well, I mean, when Netanyahu did that big fucking blaming,
ugh,
elbow for Bondi,
yep.
that was disgusting.
That's
I did say
that's
something. How,
yep.
how can he say that? Again, I'll bring
Well,
up Bondi.
that's a bit
Sorry.
like that's sorry, I was just going to say that's kind of similar to the, like, it's a humiliation thing. It's like threatening with, I'm going to call you an anti-Semite, because that label has been so powerful. Think of Mel Gibson, think of Michael Jackson, think of Kanye West. There's so many more actresses. I can't. Basically, you people are scared to say anything out of pocket because they will be labeled with this label, and that's just an epic grand scale example of
Yeah.
that, with the king of them, well, self-proclaimed, Netanyahu, calling poor little Australia little, we're forgotten about, no one ever mentions us in geopolitics, even though we are more cucked, we are more owned, and we're the petri dish, we're they test shit out on us and then put it to the rest of the world, like we're the guinea pigs
Yeah.
for Zionism. And
We get used.
it's
We're used. Like I said
um,
before. Oh, sorry.
no, go.
Like when, so they're like straight out lying, especially, oh, Australia's not in the war. Fuck off. Pine Gap has been Pine Gap. I just want to turn Pine Gap off for 5 minutes so the Americans that can shit themselves up the wall, because
Yep.
we provide the fucking intelligence for the Middle East. Do you know what I mean? Like, you
Yes.
obviously know what I mean, but just turn it off for 5 fucking minutes to watch them melt down. Otherwise, the war wouldn't be going on. Um, Oh, I
And
just
even
feel so
just in
strongly.
terms of supporting, like, people like, what do you care? The US folks often, like, not in this community, but in on the socials, like, what do you care? Worry about your own backyard first. Well, for starters, excuse me, anytime the good guys, the superpower of the allies, the England, sorry, the UK, America, France, anytime they go into any war, we're the first to say, yep, we'll support.
Yeah,
And so our young men and
100%.
women, mostly men, have been slaughtered fighting
Yep,
not just other people's wars, but other people's wars that are actually Israel's hegemony wars that
100%.
that have nothing to do with any of us, but because
Yep.
we're always like the little brother trying to be noticed by the big cool brother, we're like, yep, and so it absolutely affects us. And going back to the fuel prices, and I'm not sure how that will actually go. I don't know how organic and real that is, but at the end of the day, the filter down effect to Australians is that it's going to affect us. So the war does
Yeah.
affect us. And but I've got this thing here just again with
Yes, of course.
let me see. Sorry, my bloody eyesight. So it says this is dated. I saw the date before.
Oh, my
Okay.
eyes are so bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. No. So the Central Conference of American Rabbis at the 47th Annual Conference held in New York on June 26th, 1937, declared for exemption of Jews from military service. And I've got friends like Sarah, Sarah who did the geopolitics, Sarah. She was in the Navy, and she only ever came across one Jew in her time serving. So our Talmud tells us that when you go to war, do not go as the first, but as the last, so that you may return as the first. And sidebar, the IDF or the IOF have never ever fought alongside the US defense forces. However, many American citizens do go and serve for the IOF. So there's that. But anyway,
Yeah.
why should we, the only truly international people, I would call you gypsies, homeless people that nobody wants you anywhere because the leading cause of anti-Semitism is abhorrent Jewish behavior. But anyway, be concerned with the mutable interstate interests of stupid Goyim nations. That's the highlighted thing there. We must do everything in our wait, there we go. We must do everything in our
Sorry.
power to help the great president who has helped us so greatly in establishing control. This is the next red box here. Support the
Oh my
draft
God.
law when it is presented to the American people. Support England and France, for they are fighting Judah's greatest enemy, the Goyim German state. So this is also Judea declared war on Germany. Hitler tried so many times to not be drawn into that. He didn't want it. It's another lie we've been told. You are urged to support United States participation in this holy war of Judah. So this is the World War II, right? Holy War of Judah, without reservation, without fear. We can repeat our triumphs of 1918 if we maintain our united front. And the dumb Goyim will fight while we profit. That's the next red box. With the aid of our friend in Washington.
Wow.
Powerful Jews will be on all draft boards, and Jewish physicians will protect you from military service. Arrangements are already made to exempt you in case religious exemption cannot be prepared in time. You are warned to renounce, abjure, repudiate, and deny any of this information if questioned by Gentiles, us, the non-Jews, even under oath, as outlined in the Talmud. See what I said about they venerate deception and lies. And Mossad's hi Rachel, good to see you. Mossad's motto is I'll have to. It's something about deception through war through deception. I'll grab
Yeah.
that quote.
I can't. Yeah.
You are even as outlined in the Talmud and justified for the preservation of our race. So that was a special notice to all Jews, 1937. See, so
But Jewish,
horrifying.
but that's not a race. Jewish isn't a race.
No, well, the thing is, I commented on some. I'm rather vociferous on the old Twitters, but so someone said something about the Jewish race, and I'm like, you all people, you're shapeshifters. You demons are shapeshifters. It's an exact quote. I'm like, you all be whatever you need to be, depending on the situation. They're very evasive. It's either a religion or a race or both. They're either white or they're not right. They're not white until they get caught committing a crime, pedophilia, whatever it is. Those two brothers that just got found guilty for all those vicious rapes, and then once Jeffrey Epstein, once you are held to account, if at all, for a heinous crime, you are no longer Jewish. You are white, because it's crazy. So
Yeah, no, I mean, the Holocaust was absolutely terrible. Like, I mean, they didn't deserve to be gassed. Well, that's just my opinion. Like,
well, do you want? Okay, well, we can go there. So the thing is that there were no gas chambers. They were shower rooms that were delousing showers. 271,000 is the actual estimate of how many Jews died in World War II in the so-called Holocaust, mostly from typhus. There was maternity wards. They had games areas. They had swimming pool with diving boards. The chimney from the so-called gas chambers from Auschwitz was actually put in place later. The door to the gas chamber, supposed gas chamber door, was a wooden door. So it's actually more Christians and more Christians, Christian Germans, so non-Jew Christian Germans, died after the end of World War II at the hands of the Jews and the Allies than any Jews that died during World War II. And in fact, the Bolshevik Jews between 1917 and so Russia, Stalin, and about 1950, 60 million Christians, but you never hear about that, were killed by the Bolshevik Jews. They're demons. Yeah, man. Look up Bolshevik Revolution.
yeah, I haven't actually. I've never heard of that actually. Yeah, so I haven't. Yeah,
Google
so
it. That's the lies. The lies we're being told. Like, man, seriously.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to believe anymore. Look, after what I've read, I don't know what to believe anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I've done a lot of research.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you
have to be very. It's very like there's another label that nobody wants, the Holocaust denier. Like, don't get me wrong, but like Pierre just said, any needless death is needless death. True, but there wasn't six. The term 6 million has been used in Jewish propaganda. The number of for over 100 years before World War II. That's their magic number. They love things with 2s and 3s, 2/3, and 6. Because so it's something to look into. Like, you have to be like, that's Nick. Nicholas.
Yeah, no, I'm open-minded.
Same, because it goes against everything. Like, imagine the whole world view for your entire life. This is me. Hi, 50 years. Has been shattered daily. Coming to terms with the fact that everything I assumed and was led to believe, that it's all lies, lies.
No, I
all
get it.
lies. Now let me see. I've got this Mossad motto from so the Mossad. So Mossad is CIA, is ASIO, is it's all the same thing. By way of deception, thou shalt do war. So that's
the
Mossad
that's the motto.
Yeah. By way of deception, thou shalt do war. So,
who Epstein was working with, and I do believe that Epstein is. He is 100% alive, by the way, and he's
100%.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, but that's just not even.
No, it's like there's so many reasons why, but not least of all because a bank account that only he could access was accessed, and $15 million was wired out like the day after he was supposedly killed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch Stephanie Harlow, but she's actually started a series on Jeffrey Epstein, and like I was like, yeah, it's very good. I haven't finished the first episode yet. I'm about halfway through. It's very good. I think you might find it helpful for your own research.
I used to watch her, but I haven't in a while actually.
But no, I still always do. But one of the first things she says in this episode is I think she says allegedly murdered or allegedly dead. And I was like, oh my God, it was 40 seconds in. I literally timestamped. It was like, I loved you already, but now like
she's the best. I used to watch her. She's the best.
Yeah. She's my when I need a break from Geopol or the heavy shit. That's what I watch.
She's great.
My bedtime story. Lol.
I used to watch her many years ago. She's great. So.
She's cool. She's even better now. There's a bit of she was subject to a smear campaign that actually a few shorties. Yeah, a few shorties in the community.
Stephanie Harlow.
No. Like they said that she drove her ex-husband to suicide, and that she was an evil, horrible person, and that she was just a demon. I'm like,
no. I used to watch her on the regular. Every time she released a video, I used to watch her. She was great.
She's an empath. She can feel that she feels it. She's not a psychopathic narcissist. She's a pure autistic empath. Check it out. I think you really love it. Yeah,
I will.
Now, does anybody? Oh, thank you, Poke. Did you just drop that link in? Thank you. That's the link there. But if you it's her second most recent video. I think it came out a few days ago.
Oh, thank you so much. Cheers.
The first of many in the series, no doubt. It's very rabbit holey. It's stuff that there's names in there that I hadn't heard at all, and I'm all over. Not as much as you, I don't think, Rita, but I peruse always and share lots of Epstein file stuff. But now I'm just going to say, you get back into it. It's a nice little relief from the heaviness while still being like not being like watching Netflix or something. Like it's good.
Oh, I don't have time to watch Netflix. Yeah,
I don't have internet. I don't. It's that's all part of the social engineering. No, man, don't do it. It's evil. It's evil. Hey, now I'm going to give a quick shout out. Pierre or Simi, would you like to come on up and contribute? I know you both said that you had your loud in your house. Love to hear from you. Otherwise, Rita and I have got a good old conversation going here, so it's all good. Or anybody else want to come up and put in their 2 cents or just say
if you want me to be kicked, just let me know.
No, God, no. We could have 10 people up here, which is a horrible idea. I have done that once, and it was so overstimulating and overwhelming. I hated it.
I did not expect to be doing a panel. I haven't done a panel in a very long time, but I'm really enjoying this. Thank you so much. I am.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up because I would be happy to have just sort of rambled on and TED talked it, but it's much more. My whole point was I need to talk to somebody, like physically talk.
Me too. I go crazy because I literally have nobody to talk to about this. Nobody wants to hear it.
Yep. No.
And it's like, why?
You sound like a fucking lunatic. As soon as you say any words, I try to give my my offsider. She's lovely. She's very kind of. She's only young. She's 28, but she's very kind of like. I don't know how she kind of shuts stuff down. I don't know. And I tried to explain one thing because if anyone asks me about the channel, I'm like, the content I talk about now it's getting suppressed, and that like I'd rather. So
yes,
and then I you know what it was? She said to me, "Why do you always say gay?" I'm like, oh, I've said like gay.
I do that too.
It's a generational thing. It's also, but also I said, like Candace Owens says fake and gay, and in my little community of like Loops that was up here before, we reference fake and gay all the time. It's a Candace Owen thing. Not that I'm a Candace person, but and so I tried to explain that to her, and she goes, I know that topic, that phrase. I'm like, okay. I said, I also say retarded, and she like, and I was like, oh fuck. I didn't even go
Yeah.
near the Jewish conversation, but then I said a few more things, and I about 3 more sentences, just trying to give her the too long don't read about what I'm about, and and I just sounded
Yeah.
like a crazy person. Then just the other day, the boss that I'm like, the crew that I'm working with, the boss Chris, and one of his workers Nick said something about, Iran just bombed or threatened to bomb North Korea, and I piped up and I said, no, there's no way. Like it goes Iran, Russia, China, and North Korea. They're allies. They are in tight. There's absolutely no way. And they looked at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, trust me, all I've got in my ear all day long is geopolitics. I am immersed in it. Trust me. And they're like, and I'm like, I said something about Israel and the US doing reprehensible war crimes. And they go to, and then Chris, the boss, looked at me and he goes, yeah, but Iran have done some pretty bad things too. And I'm like, that's all propaganda. And then I weighed so heavily. I'm like, these are the normal people. This is what the real world thinks. I'm like, despite Twitter seeming to be very much noticing an awakening, the real world people watch their little news clips of their propagandized Zog occupied Australia, and it's very disappointing. Now I see peers backstage, but before I bring you up here, I want to play one more because that speaks to what I'm talking about. I found the video of what it's actually more like in Iran versus what they tell us in terms of the culture and the oppression of the women, the poor women. Save the women. Okay.
Oh, by the way, everything you just said, I am on the same level. Everything. Just by the way,
Yeah.
everything you just said.
Thank you.
So
It's just so frustrating when, like, I know that I sound like a lunatic. It's a very lonely.
you're not a lunatic because I said,
No.
but I get it. I absolutely
Yes,
get it.
because and as soon as you go to vocalize something, you're like, wow, I sound like I am in psychosis, because how can
But you're
anyone?
not.
Yeah, let me just. I know, but it's so that's why we really wanted to talk to you all, and
Yes, likewise. What's this? Yeah. But see,
so
Miss Shorty, that people forget that Iran was actually is a thriving country since
yes,
forever. But they don't understand that.
it's the cradle of humanity. The Levant is where all of this came from. These are the most ancient. These are like, I cry. Oh my God, I cry so often. The bullshit, because the Judaism, the Talmud wants to eliminate all things that are beautiful in the world, which is why the Tartarian thing is important, because Tartaria was the old world with the most beautiful, amazing technology, architecture, beyond compare. And the more I look into that, the more I see evidence that there was a cataclysm not that long ago. We've done one little show on it, and that, and I've also got sort of receipts to the fact that the Bolsheviks, the Bolshevik Jews in East, that Russia kind of area, Tartaria,
Yes.
got rid of, and I've actually got a thing on it on my pinned tweet, is the Iran, so-called Israel, Germany, and Tartaria link, but it's devastating. They want to eliminate all the things that are beautiful in the world. They want to defile, not like goodness and beauty, not just visual aesthetic beauty, but beauty of humanity, and debase it down. But I was just about to bring Peer up and she just dipped. And make everything homogenized and ugly. OnlyFans, Pornhub, horror movies,
Yeah.
architecture, art,
Sadistic.
everything, fashion, disgusting, because they want to they hate Christianity and all that is good about the world. Not that you have to be Christian to be good. That's not my point.
No, I
Obviously.
understand.
And
Yeah. No, I get it.
it's just disgusting. It's very
Satanic.
distressing, and all of it's and the architecture and history in Iran and Syria and Lebanon and all the places, like, oh my God, that no one's even talking about Lebanon. There's now over 1 million displaced, and Lebanon is a very small country compared to Iran, which is massive, 90 million population. Lebanon is tiny in comparison. Lebanon, and they're pushing back hard in this war. Hezbollah's winning, like, it's amazing. It's so inspiring.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're covering it up.
yeah, and yeah, well, exactly. And then I've got people. It's only occasional people on my when I express my grief over the loss of these beautiful, timeless wonders of buildings and mosaics and palaces and things in
Yeah.
Iran and Lebanon. And people are like, I don't care about that. It's just buildings. I don't care about palaces. I care about the human life. I'm like, that's not a zero-sum equation. You can care about both, because you can't. These historic, like hundreds and thousands of year old palaces and
Yeah.
temples and mosques, they're gone. And they're bombing all that because they want to, same as Gaza, right? The West Bank, that was the most beautiful city. I gotta let Buster out. Hang on, you talk.
I don't know what to say. I'm on the spot. There was there's even diggers. Our diggers are in Palestine. Our diggers are in Palestine, and they were even bulldozed by the IDF.
Yes,
And
they pulled
I
out
was
the grave
trying,
sites,
but
desecrated.
so that decided to come up on the mainstream media when that bloke was here in Sydney, well, in Australia, and I was trying so hard to get the media to ask him that question. I
Yes,
uh I
I've
was
been.
trying my
Hi,
best.
P. I've been trying my hardest to get Albo to fucking block me. I'm nonstop with the fuck you, shameless Muppet cuck. He hasn't blocked me yet, so we'll see. Hi, Pierre. It's good to see you.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you. I can.
Yay.
Oh,
I
Stop
can
a
hear.
conversation.
okay. I don't know. I'm not good with the technology part, but
You're doing just
I work
fine.
so okay.
I want to thank you personally for that comment you dropped at the very end of a stream about a month ago about Tartaria, and I was like,
Oh,
oh, that was you. You set me down that rabbit hole. 100%. I knew about the old
did I
world
write? I
building.
don't remember, but
I think you said it's old because we were talking about
I'll be
it
back.
was sure. It was at the end of, I think, maybe the satanic ritual stream about 9/11, I think. And I'm pretty sure Chatter's Bay had already was either on my end was over, or it was literally one of the last comments in chat, and you said it's all to do with Tartaria or something like that. It was just 4 words. And I was like,
oh, like our world is way more ancient than what they're telling us. Is that about what it was? I don't know if I
I
said
think it was
Tartaria, but it's on.
no, you absolutely said Tartaria,
Did I?
because that was the first time I'd really paid attention to that phrase. That's why I'm almost more devastated by that lie than any other lie. Seriously, I've
Well,
got my head around all of it.
why do
Go
you
ahead.
think when they go into these countries they bomb like ancient sites? Like tear down. See, if you can hear my daughter's running back and forth in a pink wig singing at top one. What did you say about? I'll be with you. She wants to show you her hair, so
Yes, show us.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh wow, my
Ooh,
favorite color. You look
pretty.
beautiful. She's a cutie.
Yeah, my baby. She's 8. I can't believe it.
She's so sweet. Yeah, do you
Um,
mean with the Tartaria thing?
yeah,
Like, there's so more and more. Like, my algorithm is back to being quite evenly Tartaria / old world, and the world is burning World War III. And so it's sort of a nice balance. Except I'm just as equally grieving about that and those lies. Like, it's like even. I'll have a look if I can find. I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it, but even all those underground, well, all those buildings in like New York, anywhere where there's the street level and then there's steps that go down, and it's a beautiful underneath's just as much beautiful. Never occurred to me that they didn't dig that in. They dug that out of the mud and put steps to get like, and the mud flood thing was only like not that long ago. That's why the train orphans and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I can cope with man not landing on the moon. Got it. Already there. Can cope with 9/11. I
Oh,
can
that
cope
that
with I can cope with I could even cope with like having my whole worldview flipped on World War II, who were the good guys, who were the bad guys. But for some reason the Tartaria thing is fucking me up. It's devastating that it's so fucking obvious when you start to look at just images. You're like, yeah, you should see, like, we will do another Tartaria stream,
Like
and
the
you should see
World's
my list
Fair
now of
thing,
links is pardon?
like the
Pardon?
World's Fair.
Yes,
You know,
all around the world.
it's like
It's everywhere. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to thank you for sending me down that rabbit hole. Hi, Britt Ketchel, good to see you. Um, uh, yeah. So, Pierre, how are you feeling? Because you're in the US. How are you feeling about things?
well, I mean, the stuff with I don't know. Our country has pissed me off for a long time in the way we go about our, foreign relations and stuff. It's really like um it just seems very unhelpful and a power grab, and it's for money. And then when you start to realize a lot of the I mean, like the people make money when there's a war. So that's kind of always been a huge factor, right? Um, but I have to be honest, like the first time Trump ran, he's the first president I can ever remember when he ran, he said certain things, and then he actually got into office and he did a lot of those things. You might not have liked them, but I was like, maybe maybe it's not all just a big charade. Well, it's a big charade, obviously, but it's a
yeah.
real like letdown, it's like a real facing reality thing. And
Yeah,
I hate that. But honestly, my take on it is that a lot of it is so much higher than political power or even money. A lot of it's spiritual. We're gonna have a massive like spiritual cleansing, in my personal opinion. I mean, I think a lot of
yeah,
signs point to that. I think a lot of people that feel that kind of thing are like feeling it.
yep,
So while I find all this stuff really fascinating, I like to like learn about it. And what what I want to know and what I endeavor to like figure out is what clearly a lot of these centers of power, whether they're like I kind of like qualify like the government of Israel as
secular,
real
yes.
like bad. Yeah. Well, but they're evildoers, just like okay,
Oh, the
like the American
demons.
people. Yeah. But
Yes.
I would say like it's kind of a different, like I grew up with a lot of Jewish friends. They have no clue what any of this stuff means. Like they have
No,
no idea. None.
exactly.
And so I do feel a little pang in my heart when people are like saying, I don't know. It's
The
and
Jews,
nobody like
I get it.
Yeah, it's like
and it's
in
only
Sydney.
Exactly.
I mean it's only
I
because I just
think
don't like the concept of hating anyone, really. I mean that's the truth of it.
exactly. I think
But
it's
there's some empirical evidence.
exactly. It's and also even the Reform Jews, I believe that's the phrase that you say for people who are the non-religious. They're just
Oh, like
DNA
yeah.
Jews, Yeah. Um, uh, there's not really many who come out and denounce what's happening in the name of their religion, even though it's very complex. What's happening in so-called Israel, the Zionism, and but also that could be fear-based, because then you get labeled by your own people as being a self-hating Jew, and that's almost possibly worse, because then you're being ostracized by your own tribe. So I can
Exactly.
understand the reticence of people who feel strongly but don't want to stick their head up or their hand up, because you've got someone like Norman Finkelstein. There are people. There are notable, a handful of notable my brain, the chess player. What was his name?
Oh, I know.
Carl, is it Carl? Anyway, it'll come to me. Those who do speak out and say, no, this is not okay. This is not what we stand for or want to see happening in the name of our religion or the name of our supposed homeland. I can totally understand why you wouldn't want to say anything, because it's hard enough when you're not part of that tribe to speak out, let alone
Yeah.
you know.
So,
Yeah.
And I
so
think
I,
a lot of it
I
too.
agree.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. So I agree with that. So in Sydney, for example, with this whole anti-Semitism, because all you hear is anti-Semitism this, anti-Semitism that, the Jewish community this. I don't, and the Jewish community that. I don't know what it's like in Melbourne, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. I don't think all the Jewish community want to hear it all the time, because it kind of puts a target on their back. That's
It's
I
a
just think that.
self-fulfilling prophecy, Rita. It works like they're doing it on purpose, because for the coming of the of their Messiah, the Antichrist, to happen, they have to have as many of the non-Jews hate them. So like that's part of the Talmud. Like it has to be. So the ADL, the American Defamation League, and all of those organizations actually, and the hate, the so-called ostensible hate crimes, anti-Semitic crimes, that a lot of that is to fuel the fire of that hatred. But I think in Australia, and probably in America less so, but in Australia, no one even thought twice about the Jews until the Bondi Beach false flag. And I mean, Chris Minns has been to he's the premier, the leader of New South Wales, where the Bondi massacre occurred. He's been to the wall. He was installed. He's been to the
No,
Wailing
he
Wall
does. I hate him.
in he's awful. But it's all. But yeah,
Um,
Pierre, I agree with you. It's tricky because there's good and bad in every group, cultural or ethno or religious group. Guys,
well,
Buster, you can get back in.
can I just say one more thing about the massacre, the
Yes,
Bondi thing that really
say
pissed
it
me
first.
the fuck off? So I'm a WOG, as you know, and I'm a proud Australian WOG. And I was actually in the Cronulla riots by accident.
Mm,
Again, I'm
mm.
not from Sydney, I'm from 2 hours south. But I was 19 and I was walking down the street in Brighton Le Sands and I had rocks and I was with my husband and my cousin. And I don't know why that happened to me, but it did. However, so the Bondi massacre happened, and then it ignited this whole WOG bashing, WOG and Leb bashing day
So
again, and that shit got
pause. Simi just wants to. A wog is like an Italian, a Greek. What? How would
Maltese.
like Maltese? Anybody from?
It's Southern European. It's Southern Europeans. Yes. So
That's what
it's
we
that
Aussies
that
call. Yeah.
yeah. So that term was coined back when the immigration from say the 50s when they came
Yep.
to yeah. So that's a term.
Mm.
But us
They said
Australians,
like
we actually embrace that term and we don't care, like, but it's depending on how you use it, it can be racist. This case, it's racist. So they had somebody decided to make a flyer and say it's a WOG and Arab bashing. And it was like, us WOGs didn't do shit. Why are you targeting us? Why are we? But then it got turned into, it was against the Jewish community. Are you
Mm.
serious? Like, what do you
I
mean?
th-
It's,
mm.
why are you making this about the Jewish? It's about the WOGs. I wasn't upset about the WOG and freaking Arab bashing. I was more upset that they made it about the flyer being about the Jewish. Do you
Yep.
know what I'm trying to say? Like, why did it get turned into
Yes,
that? I'm
because
sure you
because they
understand what I mean.
it's very
They're
opportunistic.
co-opting.
It's very
Yeah,
sorry, P, go ahead.
I was basically saying what you're saying. That they're co-opting the protest
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, it
Yes.
was about us wogs, and they turned it into the Jewish. Like,
Yeah, and that
That happens.
and I think sorry, P.
I just said that happens a lot, like through history. You
Yes.
see it quite a bit. But, sorry, go ahead.
oh, my
No, no.
apologies. We use, so us wogs have coined the term, and we've actually
Yes.
we use it. So in Australia,
It's like
we tend
it's
to use those words as like it's not an offensive word unless you use it as an offensive word. We like, if Miss
yeah.
Shorty was to say, "Oh, Rita, you silly wog," I would be like, "Oh," I'd laugh, and I'd say,
It's a bit
"Oh,
like how
you silly
yeah,
skip,"
it's a bit
you know?
like it's a bit like how I think how like the N word, like black people could call each other nigger, but if I called a black person that, or particularly with the hard R, that's highly offensive. Same kind of like um depends on who's saying it and how you pronounce it and what the context is as to whether it's a
Yeah, but Miss
um,
Shorty, you can call me, "Oh, you silly wog," and I wouldn't get offended.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But what
yeah.
you just said is true. Yes, yes.
Mm.
But we
Yeah,
anyway. Sorry, I just yeah.
no, I think and I think everything that's happening now and my awakening, and I know P, you're a long time awake versus me. I'm like a newborn awake, and you're like a um, you've been a noticer for a lot longer on all the things that I'm just very recently finding out. But uh, everything's frustrating now. Like it's all a lie. That what how you really need to assume that everything's fake and gay, fake, a lie, propagandized, distorted, has agenda driven and nefarious. Really, like where does that end? Pierre, what do you think?
Well, I think when we get to this point, like as a world where you really can't even trust, like you almost literally can't trust your own eyes because you see things and
Yes.
you don't know if it's a true, a true picture or that I think that says a lot. Like to me, again, it's a spiritual thing. Like we're being deceived right and left, and then that has to tell you something, deeper about humanity at this point. I think that's
Oh,
to me that's like the thing that is really
it's
standing out
really
lately that you don't even know. It used to be I could see something and I'd be like, well, oh, I can go over here and maybe get the real story. I don't feel like that anymore, no matter where you turn. And it's not just media. I mean, it's people. You meet people and you think they're one thing. And I mean, that's been the case for a long time. But so many of these things come to the forefront, and I do think it's going to be. I don't know. I think there's something really impactful and possibly catastrophic coming up here. And unfortunately, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's. You know, I think it's more than just worldly. I mean, I think it's spirit. I
Mm,
really do. I think it's spiritual,
yeah,
and I
I
think
agree.
that, and it's not even, I'm not any certain religion, but I just like we can't even be saved from ourselves at this point. So like, people need to like find their inner strength and their inner like oneness and work from that point instead of always because everybody's always been fighting for years, forever, like historically. But there's so many lies. That's the hard part.
Particularly for
But
us in our community where we're mostly all neurodivergent, and most neurodivergent, the goodies, we not
people that
only don't
notice,
like yes, we notice,
those are
and
the people
also
that notice stuff.
lies are generally almost impossible for us to say, or very painful, and it's
Yes.
such an affront to be lied to more because
Mhm.
neurotypicals and people who happily will just say whatever they need to say, or not the same for us neurodivergents, and I think that's why it's all the more offensive and confronting to be like, this is unfathomable. It's not just one thing. It's not just one
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah.
everything, and hugely
And then you're like, oh, the
confronting.
audacity of it, the audacity.
You can't
I
fathom.
mean, how can anyone operate like this? How is this? It's almost subhuman. Like, to me, that feels really, I don't know. Subhuman is a good word. It just does not feel
Yeah. And then if you throw in
natural. That
if you throw in oppositional defiance disorder, like myself, then you then, yeah, I mean, I'm ODD as fuck. I will then, because the institutionalization part, and then you go against the system, you then hyperfixate on a topic such as this because you have the dopamine for it. You go down the
Yep.
bloody hole, you just don't stop. And that's when you become so passionate, and then people just aren't on your level, and you can't have conversations like this. So
No,
that's why I'm loving this, Miss Shorty, and thank you so much for opening this
no, thank
space.
you. Yeah, you're
So
welcome. I think also too we're very justice driven. That's one of the sort of
that's exactly
key
right.
cornerstones of the neurodivergent person is that we injustice physically pains us and saddens us, and what
Yep.
we're witnessing at the moment is in every facet of our lives and our understanding of the world. There have been egregious injustices committed by despicable people that we cannot identify with, and so it's very confronting,
Yeah.
and important to be able to ground yourself. I agree with you, Pierre. I think that something huge is coming. I someone said something in a space earlier today, and they were a bit of a dick, but they it was a good point. Mother Nature, planet Earth, Mother Earth always finds a way to I don't think humanity will be eliminated, but we're at a crossroads, and I don't think it's a necessarily um a brief crossroads. I have a feeling this is going to be think about history, even whether it's lies or not. Things last for hundreds of years. Sorry to be a downer, but
Yeah. No, it's true.
what's coming might be epic for is going to be epic for quite some time, but I have faith in humanity. I hope that the crossroads takes humanity towards good, and I believe that good always conquers evil, but it's not going to just happen. This is millennia in the making. So
Yeah, but also consider the way that nature deals with things. Nature deals with things with cataclysm, fire, flood, and then she emerges anew. And I mean, it may not be literally that, but it's going to be something like that, I believe. And I
yeah.
hope that a lot of the people that you're describing who, like, I'm not dissing anyone, but some people, you tell them something and they're just not receptive, or they're not as, they don't understand why you're so upset about it. Like,
Yep, I do.
I think a lot of those people are going to be very challenged.
I think too, the way that the dumbing down of society, the making, particularly in North America, unfortunately, but making the engineered where society is now as a whole, to be sick. Everything they've told us is healthy is unhealthy, and everything they've told us is unhealthy is the opposite. It's all inverted. To be sick, debt enslaved, conformists by way of the school and the work system, and the 9 to 5 workday, striving forever with that, keeping up with the Joneses, capitalism bullshit, Netflix, sports, all that ridiculous shit that is inconsequential but is very addictive. The scroll on your phone, whatever it is,
Doom
that a
scrolling,
lot
yeah.
of Yep, a lot of and mindless dumb shit, right? Mindless stuff is okay sometimes, but not all of the time. And entertainment is okay some of the time. I don't think so. I think social engineering and mind control stuff is very real in all of anything on your screen. But a lot of the people now who they actually appear, I don't think, have the capacity, and that's been curated by this big plan to make sure that everyone was just like literal drones who don't have the capacity. And even if they open their eyes up a little bit, that's a terrifying thought because they don't have the personal resilience, belief, faith in themselves, spirituality, not religious, but spirituality, belief in the universe or whatever it is. I just think a lot of people, if you even pull their eyelids open a little, and they're going to be like, oh, no, 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 la, 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 you know what I mean? And that's problematic. But I think a lot of people are opening their eyes, just not the majority.
I mean, it may turn out to be sort of a natural culling process. I mean, not that I want to, some of my closest, like my mom and my, people I know, I mean, are going to be deeply affected. I mean, they're already starting to be, but they don't know why, right? Like,
yes,
they don't know why they feel so affected, but, they're already starting to feel that. It'll become evident, but there's so much resistance to wanting to even learn. I don't know. I've always been kind of a, I don't know what you call that. I guess just oppositional, question everything. If you tell me it's white, it's black. I mean, I'm just kind of, that's always my personality.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people really want just to have it. They don't want to question.
No. Well, we've been trained to not question, really.
I guess, yeah.
The other thing is too, I think it's very overwhelming too. Like, I mean, we've been talking for 2 hours and really haven't even scratched the surface. It's so complex, so voluminous. The gravity, it's everything. I can understand how people who are busy with their lives, busy trying to pay the bills, busy getting the kids to school, or dealing with their elderly parents, what all of the things that life is, with their own personal stuff. That's a confronting, to have to open your eyes and accept it. Yes, a big task. And also, I had another thought, but it's gone. Yeah, it'll come to me, no doubt. It was good.
Miss Shorty, you reminded me in the Epstein file when you said mind control. What's that program that they were doing with mind control?
MK Ultra.
Yes, MK Ultra is in the Epstein files.
Yes. So MK Ultra. So mind control, like thought-based mind control, enslavement, is happens on can and does and still continues to happen on a micro level, on an individual level for it's psychology basically, and kind of sorcery, and disgusting. And then it also happens on a systemic, sort of organizational, like CIA stuff, but also MK Ultra mind control tactics are and sort of manufactured consent, social engineering happens on our screens. The movies, horror movies are basically desensitizing people to being gore and death and destruction. Nothing, even Gaza on our, the genocide in Gaza on our screens is all so that we just go, oh, and go back to it. It's turning us into, trying to turn us into socially engineered people who are okay with anything that happens because, like Pierce says, something big stuff is happening now, and the bigger stuff is going to happen. And we've been preconditioned through social engineering and mind control tactics to accept them without question. But not everybody. But yeah, MK Ultra, Rita, there's a channel, if you're interested in knowing more, there's a channel called The Imagination Podcast, which is very good. I haven't been watching it lately because I've been doing other things, but I'll pop it in the chat for you. Emma, she interviews Australian, New Zealand, American, British survivors of trauma-based mind control, RAMCO, so ritual abuse, mind control, and organized abuse, satanic ritual abuse, actual MK Ultra people. Loops is back. Good to see you. But yeah, if you it's so real. It's so real,
Yeah,
Rita. And it's
yeah,
really
yeah,
important. I wouldn't understand what I understand about a lot of this stuff without this particular channel. So
yeah.
let me just
Okay, sweet as.
pop it in for you.
Just another thing I did want to touch on before
Yes.
I just forgot, but with Iran, there's something else that really did bother me. When they say that the Iranian people are to rise up for the government, I know, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to get
No.
your thoughts on this. When they
Yeah.
want the Iranian people to rise up and take power, how the fuck do they want them to actually do that in the fucking streets?
Well, they
That
don't.
was
The thing is, they don't though. That like as in they being Zog, America and Israel. They want that. The Iranian people don't. Thank you, Simi. Simi just dropped that link in the
oh,
chat.
thank you so
But
much. Cheers.
the Iranian people don't want that. Let me show you something here. That's meant. That's slop. That's propaganda. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But
So
here,
my my thing
yeah, go.
is do you think that it was for Israel to then massacre? Well, then for me, it was like, is that just going to be a massacre of all the people? Because that's what Israel's main goal is, to completely wipe out Iran.
Mm,
So when they
mm.
protest on the streets, they have them massacred. That was my kind of thinking. Is
Well,
that
possibly, but it's not working. Watch this, because this is the Iranian people. I've got a bunch of these. Hang on, let me just put this on the screen.
because that was my, I was thinking, do you want them to rise up and then get massacred? Like, is that what you? It's a lose lose.
So I'm just going to pause. This is while there's missiles. This is while they're under attack. These people, they don't fear anything because they have their faith, and martyrdom is
Yeah.
something, So I don't think that because secular Israel, so-called Israel, and like the American government and that ideology, that mindset can't fathom true spiritual or religious temerity and
Mm.
spirit, because these people are flakes. They're psychopathic people who don't believe in anything except their own subversive goals. They couldn't have fathomed that these people weren't going to be frightened. Let me see if I can. I'm so bad at this. Then here, wait. So this is then walk and talk. I've got so many things linked here. So this is. Here we go. No, wait, not that.
I just wish I had more like cultural context, because there. I mean, I've obviously never been to Iran. I've traveled around the world in different places, but I just wish I had a better feel. I mean,
I can tell.
it
Yeah, P. I spend a lot of time
it,
in the X spaces. Sorry,
it just
with
comes from
people
not
who are
trusting.
Iranian.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't
Yeah.
trust what you're saying. I'm simply saying
No.
that I just trust anything.
Sorry. I know because how can, like what you said before, Pierre, how can we believe anything that we're told? Because we understand deeply that now that nothing, we can't trust anything that we are told by the powers that be. So I take my it's very cultural. Good, yes. But here, this is as the head of Iran's judiciary was speaking in public. This is back to Rita's question about whether they want to bomb them, possibly, like wipe them all out. I think they're going to drop a nuke on Iran. I think that
Yeah.
so-called Israel is going to be, they're losing so badly. It's just, despite what you're told. So he's talking mid-interview, and a bomb drops, and he just looks up and keeps talking. Right. Hang on.
که نمیتونیم متاسفانه این شور و احساسی که مردم دارن، اما ما میخوایم با مردم، در کنار مردم تا آخرین نفس و تا آخرین لحظه در مقابل اونها مردم از این تاپ نمی‌ترسن، مردم ملاحظه میکنن در زیر این باران و در زیر این به هیچ وجه نخواهم.
His body language is very telling. You know why? He's just used to it. He has no, he doesn't have any response to that bomb. He's so used to it.
Because they don't.
I mean,
well, I don't know about that. I think that these people, they don't fear death. They welcome martyrdom for their people. All of them.
Yeah,
just,
but he didn't flinch.
Cultural.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, and just the fact that he didn't flinch. Like you think that when a bomb would go off, his shoulders would rise. Nothing. He didn't flinch. Like exactly what you said as well. Like it's insane. Like you can just tell that they have been bombed heavily.
Yeah,
like
and also
it's sad.
I think it is sad, but also even like if you watch. If I haven't got any saved because, but there's plenty of footage of in Tel Aviv and so-called Israel, and they're little scurrying rats. They're even the soldier, the IOF, the IDF.
I've seen that.
Crying, hiding in the bunkers, like literally shitting themselves with fear. And these people are out in the streets rallying in support of their so-called "we must free the Iranian people." Not running, not scurrying, not crying, just looking, not even necessarily looking, and continuing on, because that's how much they believe in their own country, their nation, their religion, and themselves. And I don't think that Donald Trump, the dementia-addled psychopath, could even begin to fathom. He's not getting good advice. He's got sycophants all around him, and it's problematic. There we go. I'm going to bring Mr. Loop. Hey, Loop. Good to see you again. Well, not hello.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy when you look at the whole geopolitical thing going on now. You have a recently released video of an AI Netanyahu. The whole internet will cheer, rah, 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 when we see Netanyahu dead, which is kind of crazy if you think about that.
Do you think though, Loops? I think Sarah was talking about it earlier in a space, and I kind of agree with her. It would be better if Netanyahu was still alive. As much as I'd love the demon to be dead, personally, because he's an evil man. If Netanyahu is dead, they're going to install someone else, regime takeover, right? And the American and global populace are probably going to say, well, we'll give this guy a try. We'll see. We'll wait and see. So another year will go past or so, but nothing. I don't think anything's going to change, because this is an ideological Greater Israel project. I saw you drop that in the chat before, Loops. Ideology, not a maniacal leader. He's just the current, same as Trump, same as all of them. He's just the current installed guy. So I don't know, but you keep talking. I'm going to, because people might not know what you're talking about with AI, BB. I'll grab that clip. So carry on.
Yep. So the whole Greater Israel project. So it's basically they want to usher in, and they want to have the red heifer, and they want to sacrifice the red heifer and bring in basically what Revelation states in the Bible as the Armageddon. Is what they are trying to do right now, to usher in their Jew-kike fucking red heifer bullshit. And
Haven't they?
yeah,
thought they did
I'm
that.
probably gonna, like, I don't even know if is this free speech, because like this is horrible. Like, this is absolutely detestable things that's going on right now, because what they want to do is they are literally trying to create an Armageddon, all on the account of, for the Greater Israel Project. And that's what the whole Gaza plan is. Jared Kushner, you guys understand who Jared Kushner is, understand
He's a
what they're
hero.
trying to do in Gaza, understand what they're trying to do in the whole and all of that, and look and go back further in history. And I'm snapping right now, so please allow me to snap. So understand, go back to the Havara Agreement with Adolf Hitler, and understand what that was about. And guess who controlled Palestine at the time? It was Britain. And look at what Britain is doing right now. If you guys want to look at history, let's go. We can go there. Like, look at, like, Britain literally controlled back in what year was it, the Havara Agreement? I don't know. Somebody fact check me on this. But literally Britain controlled that. And so here we are. They've been kicked out of 109 countries, guys. Like, do you think that's
Over
a us
1,000,
problem or a them problem? Is
109
is that
countries,
literally a us problem or a them problem?
over 1,034 times, 109 countries, more than once from multiple countries. You know what I mean? So,
Oy vey.
I'm going to play. I've got the clip of Netanyahu. So, if you're not sure, so Netanyahu hasn't been tweeting or given any public appearances for a while, a week, nothing. He then this video came out. Let me. So
Yeah,
watch
I
it
keep getting that
carefully.
he's dead. I keep getting on my Twitter that
Yeah.
he.
Yeah, hang on. Oh, wait, have I lost why can't we see? There's a hang on, let me, you guys are still there. You're just not showing up on the screen for a second because of my format. I don't know why.
No,
We'll just
no,
play
I'm
this
still
and then
here.
I'll no, but I can't see loops on the screen or peer. So hang on, let me just, we'll play this and then we'll bring everybody back up on screen. You're still there, guys. So just watch this. This is supposedly his address. Listen to his words, but watch his hands.
שמשנים את מאזן הכוחות במזרח התיכון וגם מעבר לו.
How many fingers are there? We've got pointing fingers.
שמשנים את מאזן הכוחות במזרח התיכון וגם מעבר לו.
I'm going to go back. Wait. Hang on. So pause. So count his fingers. We've got, I'll do it on this one. Where is it? Can you see? There we go. We've got little pinky finger, ring finger, fuck you finger, Peter pointer, thumb. So I know myself from doing AI videos, like just little clips, you're focusing on lots of things, right? You're, and hang on, I'll bring everyone, I'll get rid of that screen so we can get everyone back. There we go. You have Peter, you're looking at all sorts of things, but there's a lot of moving parts on these videos. And so you might be might have been watching his face, checking his gesturing, listening to the voice. It doesn't necessarily, but miss the fact that oops, there's like weird shit happens, and you'll go back and watch it again, or someone else will see a different thing. My own videos that I make for my album covers and stuff.
It is coming. You know what? I just pulled up X, and people are talking about 6 fingers.
Yes. So, but that might not necessarily be that he's dead. He could just be staying out of public eye to be safe. I don't know, Loops. What do you think?
Yeah, but there's another.
It's always 6 million. It's always 6 something. It's like dirty shoes and 6 million. Like every single time. Whether it be 6 fingers, 6 million, all these Jews, this is just a dirty fucking lie every single time. Like, okay, maybe he is like 271,300 fingers, but it's always the same bullshit every single time, dude. These Jews are fucking raucous and they fucking lie every single time. Like, come on, get with the program, people. Like, look, we're waiting on dirty shoes. Like, if you look at my X post, and the same synagogue that they were training for active shooters at, they just had an active shooter at. And then I made a parody post on my X account, and I was like, well, guess what? There was an active shooter at this academy,
And
at the synagogue. And then guess what? There were 6 million rounds fired, and then a heap of dirty shoes left behind by the perpetrator, because these dude, false flag, 100% understand what they're trying to do. Go ahead, girl.
Yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead, girl. You got it.
In numerology, 6 is a number of completion. So just FYI.
No, 7 is the number of completion, not 6.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive, 100% positive. 7 is the number of completion.
I think it is a very symbolic.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, no. You go ahead. I think.
Then what's okay? Then
Six?
what's 6? Then now I'm curious. If it's not, then what's 6? Yeah, because it does come up a lot.
I can Google it.
Yeah,
It
look it up,
does.
please, because I may have misremembered, but I see it
know
all the
that
time, and
that might be your number.
Yeah, 6 is actually the number of incompletion. 7 is the number of completion.
It's the phase right before completion. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I gotcha for all the things.
But I'm just saying you see it so frequently. I'm not big into numerology, but when you see something over and over and over again, it does really make you wonder why.
But would it be remiss of me to say that maybe the Jews created numerology? Is that remiss for me to say?
Numbers are very important to Satanists. Number of the beast, 6. Now, here's the thing. Patricia says, "Hope I can't get past the Nancy Guthrie story. What has happened to that poor woman? So sad." Her Savannah Ritchie was the one who was Savannah Guthrie was the one interviewing Virginia Giuffre and lots of this Epstein survivors, and this all happened right after the Epstein file release. There's something sus about that, in my opinion. I think that's either a false flag or an inside job. Sorry. One more thing just before because Loops was saying, and I've been trying to find this, saying you guys might be disappeared for a second, but I'm just going to play this. This is the response to the synagogue false flag, anti-Semitic attack. Let me see. Look at all these cars. If we've known, big response.
Definitely a false flag.
Definitely a false flag. That's the law enforcement response, everybody. So we've been in training for spotting false flags. The other thing with the guy, that guy who he ended up dead. He was the only person who was killed. He ended up dead. We know that from our false flag research, that's quite often the goal, so that no one can talk. He was also in, here's an interesting fact about the guy, the perpetrator, was in prison for an 11-year sentence. He was mentored whilst he was 18 when he was... Yeah. And he was let out early. he was radicalized by a rabbi. Well, no, by a cleric, Islamist cleric, who he and then was let out. It was 2016 that he was imprisoned at the age of 17 or 18, and then was let out early. After being mentored by a radical guy heavily. The guy, there's even statements that this I can't remember, they're called Shias, I think, Shiites. Anyway, I don't know enough yet about Islam.
Yeah,
but
there's Shia and Sunni. Those
yes,
are
but
the branches.
they're rabbis. I can't remember what their rabbi, like their equivalent of a priest or a rabbi or a father. Anyway, a religious figure, older, mentored, and then he goes out and does this. Like he was appropriated by and radicalized by Mossad, CIA, 100%. So,
narrative for that
who would have
kind of
thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk that it would be the CIA or the Mossad, which is one of the same, interchangeable. Like, who would have thunk that it would be a false flag, blaming what Valentina Gomez in Texas says, the dirty Muslims. But who controls our government? Would it not be like dirty Jews? Who's Howard Lutnick? Who's like Leslie Wexner? Like, who are all these people controlling our government in America and Australia and
everywhere, all the global north. I think it's important to make the distinction also that it's the American Jewish supremacists, which the string pullers, the puppeteers, but it's someone, a friend of mine, Hader. He gave me this analogy, whereas obviously, when you talk about crows, the bird, a crow, we know crows to be blackbirds. That's not a black skin thing. I'm just saying crows are generally black. Of course, there are like white crows and other there, but overall, like, I don't know, like it's so hard to. Like Pierre, you were saying, and I know that other people I know have. I grew up with Jews, good Jews. They weren't like this. They were just good people. But the problem is that this behavior. Yeah. Now,
ignorance is not. I'm sorry, I don't mean to totally interrupt you, but I'm not defending anyone. But I think this goes to a lot of different groups. Some people just have no clue. Like, they just have no idea. And I know this because there are people that are in my own family that are just like, no clue, none. But the other thing I was just going to say real quick, sorry, excuse me, is that, when are they going to have to change the narrative a little bit? Because it's getting so obvious that when you see this stuff on TV, oh, they did a training operation like a month ago. And then, and then the next month they have this, false flag, which 100%, the second I saw that, of course, that's what I'm thinking. People are tuning into this. When are they going to, I'm glad they're not wise to it, but at what point is it so obvious?
Do you think maybe though that they're doing it so obviously to show, look, we can do whatever and you all can't do anything about it? I think that's where it's at now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miss Shorty, it's fuck all. It's fuck all right now for these Jews. Like, basically what Miss Shorty is saying is fuck all. Like, we don't care. We don't have a voice. It's the Kalergi plan 2.0. That's what's happening.
Yep.
So if you guys want to understand what the Kalergi plan is, look at what was written in the book. There's an actual book on this, guys. So understand what's happening right now. Richard Cool to Harvey, like Kalergi, whatever. However, I probably mispronounced his name. but it's basically about misogyny, and that's what the Jews want to do. They want to import who was involved in the slave trade. It wasn't white people; it was Jews. And so they're the ultimate shapeshifters. They're the ultimate ones who want to basically misogynize the white race and basically exterminate it for their own profit and gain. And that's what's happening right now in all of the countries, not just America. It's in Australia. It's in the UK. Look, trust me, I talk with plenty of people in the UK. And what's the gentleman's name in the UK? Rupert Lowe or whatever his name is. And yeah, like he has a very fine point where he's trying to go with this thing. So understand, like this is a deep-seated plan that's been happening by the Jews, from the Jews, to misogynize the white race and to exterminate us. And that's why I will always say 1488. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but we must secure the existence for the white race because if we do not.
Sorry, I'm
My
just going to pull
apologies.
up a video. Sorry, Rita, go ahead.
My apologies to my American friends on the panel, but this is not aimed at you guys, but I am very tired of the American the people at the moment, not you guys, but the people in charge. They're pissing me off to the point where I'm so tired of hearing that, you know, America this, America that. It's driving me fucking insane, to be honest. We are the only country that can fucking pull this off, and they're working with Israel, and it's driving me nuts. It's just fucking pissing me off. How they can just go into a country and take over. What they said to Spain, what Trump said to Spain, fucking shit me. You know, like just to mock countries, just, you know, unfriendly. They do it to Australia all the fucking time. I'm so over it. I'm so done.
Even
And it's like,
what the hell is that?
it's like the same with like, you know, when Spain said no, and then Trump's like, we'll just use it anyway. And then you've got like not you
Like
guys,
any
like I'm saying,
rapist would say.
and then
Like any good
you
rapist, that's the mindset of a rapist, isn't it? Well, we'll take it anyway.
yeah, but
Consent,
like
that is.
I fight with Americans on X all the time, you know, and straight away they'll just fucking go at you, and then I go back, I don't give a shit. But I'm just over it. Like I'm just fucking over it.
A
And
lot of us are kind of over it too. Just FYI.
So you've literally been psyoped. Sister girl. We're all on the same team. All right, understand this. We're all on the same team. We're sick and tired of it. We're not
It's tricky.
psyoping you. Listen, girl.
No, I don't mean you. I'm talking about like Trump
it is
and
tricky.
Rubio. I'm talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, listen. I voted for this bullshit. All right.
Yeah, I was a Trump.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I voted for this fucking bullshit, and
No,
now here I am, sitting. I'm sitting in shit right now, as an American. All right, as what
I feel bad.
believe. Yes, as what I believe, as we are a one unified people. We're humans. Are we?
I get it.
Okay. Baseline. Are we not humans?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. I feel bad to say that to you guys when you're on panel. I feel bad because like I know. And that's what I'm saying. I actually am I'm just destroyed as well because I actually liked Trump. And you know what? When he said America first, I actually agreed with him. I did. And I was trying to say to people here, well, that's what he has to do. He has to look after his country first. I actually agreed with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had to like cut like tariffs and stuff, I was like, he has to do that. He needs to look after his country first because of what Biden did. And then, you know, this happened. And then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He slept with Netanyahu. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. And then I felt bad because, like, I'm slaughtering America now. And then there's people there. I have friends in America. I have friends, like friends, good friends. My brother's in America. Do you know what I mean? And I feel terrible. He moved to America. He moved to California. He moved to what's it called? Near Ventura. I can't something Hills, Chino Hills. So it's like I feel terrible, but like I'm so sick and tired of hearing um America this. Do you know that our news is America first, then your news? It's just getting
That's the
too
problem.
much now.
Yeah, Rita, that's the problem. Australia has been uh, the American, like USA has been the
Yeah.
culture of America and the global superpower and the sort of the bold audacity of Americans as a culture has and the ubiquitous like infiltration of American culture and values, air quotes, into Australian culture is tricky because Americans generally forget that they're not the only folks on the planet. And I think
Yes.
it's there seems to be, and it's tricky for Australians because we know how deeply all of what happens in your country politically or geopolitically, foreign affairs affects us and the rest of the world. And so it's tough when you're trying to engage on social media with people, Americans, not all, and you want to express your consternation or your concerns or your thoughts on the situation, and you shut down with, what does it matter, it doesn't affect you, and that all goes into that whole US, that whole sort of 100-year culture of being the good guys and such strong patriotism, which is is admirable, but it's also quite
Thank you.
alienating because there's a whole other world out there that. Yes, Pierre, you want to say something?
I was just gonna say that I feel like what led up to Trump's reelection is kind of why, like, there was so much of I don't know, just a real you know, anti-American sentiment in America that I think a lot of people got on board with the no, we need to look out for the interests of our country. And I know how it's seen internationally because my cousins live in New Zealand and like tell me all this stuff. They're like, just shut up already, but I get I totally hear what you're saying, but we feel duped here, or at least I do. I can speak for myself in the sense that I mean, I've just completely gone off the rails. I can't even vote anymore because what's the damn point? I mean, if there's no point. But
Actually,
I will
yeah,
say that
on that. Sorry, go ahead.
listen, I think that set us up for I think all this it was not people having different ideas. That's always been encouraged. It was shutting down particular ideas, and then feeling like, okay, well, this isn't fair. So it was sort of a wicked swing back the other direction, I think. And all I can say is I feel like Trump's been completely co-opted by Kushner, and this is a huge change from
Well,
how
isn't
people.
Kushner is Kushner a Jew? Yes or no?
Yeah, well, I know that, but I'm just saying this isn't what people voted for. They didn't vote for him. He doesn't even have a cabinet position. We can't do anything to remove him, right? So it feels like a betrayal if you wanted to support your country, taking care of your country first, not at the exclusion of others, but just it feels like a complete betrayal. And
Here's the
I've
yes.
So
I've never been a huge supporter
is this
of
speaker?
any of
Are
the
you
presidents.
American? Are you an American?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Oh no, I am. Me?
Yep. You. Yep. I'm asking you.
I
Are
am. Yeah.
you an American? Okay, right on. So I'm an American too. We're fucking
I can
sick and
tell.
tired of this fucking Zog
That's
government that we live in.
but
Yeah, no,
I
people
think
don't.
the other. Sorry, I was just going to say too. The problem is that the salvation of Trump, which feels like such a betrayal, is because Biden was put in specifically to make you all just like tear your hair out with what the fuck this, and then they brought Trump back in to be the salvation. So they gave you the problem with Biden. Everybody got to their wits end with it. Then they gave you a Hobson's choice, really, with Kamala Harris, and it would never have worked. Trump was put back in so that he can be the salvation. And he's a snake oil salesman who's been bankrupt so many times. He's a terrible businessman. And he's a con man, and he conned your country. And there's on a personal level, like on a micro level, being betrayed by someone you trusted. We've all been there, is so devastating. And so when the patriotism of a nation puts almost collectively their hope in Trump as being the salvation, to only be rugged hard on basically everything, but for I think two of his, and to you guys put so much.
More.
Yes, and you guys put
Yeah.
even the Constitution, like you guys, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the amendments are so important to you, and he is absolutely disregarding, he does whatever the fuck he wants, and that's terrifying for people who've been taught, and it's been they're your rights, and he doesn't give a fuck. So that betrayal is astronomical. It's sad for us around the world watching you all have this, mostly all except for the diehard Trumpanzees, have this realization that wow, and the ball is rolling. I'm not sure what's to be done about it.
I don't know, because every other president that I think the first election I could vote in was I think Clinton, and it's all been shit. So, it's like it really makes you lose your faith in any of it. And it's sad because I believe that, I believe in a lot of what's in the Constitution, Bill of Rights. Like, I believe that. But the government doesn't. They don't give a fuck. So, where does that leave you?
Yeah.
No.
It's
But Miss Shorty, thank you for explaining. You've explained that was to the T of exactly what I meant. So
it's
thank
just
you.
tough because even like when people say, Americans will say, and this is just, they'll be like, USA explain like a sporting team or a TV show or a food or a cultural thing. I'm like, yeah, man, we know we've had rammed down our throats is American culture, because it's all pervasive, and it's been like, and it's, again, I think it's back to that engineering, while the whoever it may be, the Jewish supremacists, the Illuminati, all of the above, engineering this social sort of structure, the degeneracy of society. While it's been sort of centered in the States, it's spread everywhere. Coupled with that, the Kalergi plan, which is the bringing of the Browns into the global North and the West, by way of destabilizing and dividing, because that's just human nature. But also they feed into that division with propaganda and Islamophobia, and it's frustrating as an Australian to go, this not only matters to us, it's all we've been fed forever and ever. Like, there's no Australian television programs, as in, drama. Our news is American news, our music is American music. Even though we are we theoretically have a culture and a thriving sort of cultural, like the cultural arts and stuff, we don't, because the pervasiveness of this manufactured degeneracy, decline of cultural, of beauty, movies, streaming, it's all we get too. So it is frustrating when it's disregarded by some Americans. They'll be like, shut up, worry about your own country. It's frustrating.
I know.
Yeah, so that's the standard of geopolitical conversation, is because America does sort of dictate or control.
don't
Like
have to though.
we have the petrodollar. All right. So like, and that's
Oh,
what
don't get me
Iran.
started.
That's what Iran is threatening now. So if you look
Actually,
at what Iran is doing, okay. So actually, you can go ahead. I
thank
will
you.
continue.
I have a theory. Well, I think what is happening with the petrodollar is so Iran joined BRICS, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I,
It's a decentralized banking system, so they're not under the Rothschilds. Okay.
yes,
So all right, keep
I,
going.
I really do think that because they did, the world doesn't need to use petrodollar. So that means that they don't need to use US dollar. Therefore, I believe that Trump is doing this war for that oil so they can take the oil. And the reason why he wanted to have a hand with picking that new, what's it
So
called?
is that why
Supreme.
he went? That's why he went into Venezuela, right? Right,
Well,
for
that
the
was to get to,
300 million barrels of oil, crude oil in Venezuela. Is that
and the
not why we
gold.
went and took Maduro? Or
Well, that was
not
for,
That's
we, not we. I was not involved in that. I do not
no,
condone
you
that.
were not.
But is that
No,
not
but that
why
was
America and Trump went into Venezuela to get their
that's
oil
a head
supply? And
basically
and then
without
and then and then look at
the gold as well.
the Strait of Hormuz now being closed. All right, understand how this all plays out on the geopolitical game. All right,
Yeah.
are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, but
This
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying. You guys are not you. Trump's not going to win this war against Iran at all. They're not. He's not going to win. He can't. There is no way he's going to win. I know it looks like he is, but he's not. They signed with BRICS. There's just no way.
Do you really
The
think it looks like
petrodollar.
he's going to win? He's saying that. I don't. When you look at
He's not going to
the
win. I'm
no,
going.
it's not.
I just know the petrodollar is the important thing. They think it's the other way around. It's not. He is worried about Iran joining BRICS, that the US is going to the economy is actually going to crash because they're going to realize that they're not going to need petrodollar and to buy oil that is US dollar. Why would people need to buy US dollar when they don't need to? It's premium. They don't need to spend the US dollar. The economy in America will absolutely crash. They can buy it using the BRICS. I
Sorry.
can't remember the currency that they use. That's what's happening here. And that's why it's the biggest threat to Trump. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I believe the BRICS use they use the yuan. If
Yes,
I'm
that's
not
it.
mistaken.
Yes. So
Yep.
that is why Trump wanted a hand in picking the new leader so he could be the puppet and the petrodollar will survive. This
Yep.
is my
And, and that also goes back into the massive tariffs that Trump implemented into China. So
absolutely.
understand all that in the geopolitical scheme.
Hmm.
Hey,
Yep.
I've just got a clip of Trump. Just it's a 45-second clip of it's some serious. Anyway, just listen, watch. Wait, play.
There's never been a better year for a president. I mean, I've been rated. There has never been a better year for a president first year than what we had. That includes the stoppage of 8 wars with a 9th to come. And what we've
That
done,
you
the
started.
economy is roaring. It's phenomenal. That's why I'm here. This is an excursion, a little excursion, and I think it's only that. And in that little time, that short period of time, we've taken care of business. We took care of a country that was very dangerous, very bad, would have had a nuclear weapon if it weren't for me and the B-2 bombers and what we did not very long ago. They would have had a nuclear weapon and we would have had levels of problem that nobody has ever seen before.
Got a crowd in Northern Kentucky.
There's never been a better...
How
You-
never been better. What do you think, Americans?
Yeah. So last year, do you guys not remember when we had the operation? It was beautiful. We eliminated all the nuclear
yeah.
threats that Iran had, and then here we are now. Now here we are. Here we are.
That's right.
We eliminated the threat of the
Exactly.
nuclear weapon from all these Iranians. Okay. So here we are. All
That's
right,
right.
make this make sense.
So
so
Tia, what do you
we're
think?
still worrying about them. Like it's like
my
boom boom
theory.
Tel Aviv, boom boom Tel Aviv on my end, like straight up, like boom boom Tel Aviv. Like
And
this is what you
so,
get.
Loops, I just want to add with my theory. That's my theory. I think the reason why Trump got so pissed off or upset the other day when Netanyahu or whatever, Israel bombed, I think there was a petrol tanker or something that went bang. He didn't know about it. He got very upset. That could have been the reason. So
He
that's
said
just
that. He's a lying McLiar.
yeah.
Nothing else.
He just brushed it off. But yeah,
I
he
think
was a
also
little bit upset.
I do think also that I think he's got dementia. I don't think that
I
he's
heard of that.
80. Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I don't know.
80. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
man.
he's almost for the grave. He's in the grave almost. No, the 80's still young, but I'm just saying he looks like he's for the grave. Like I mean,
It's old
that
for a
rash.
president,
Well,
but he's
yes,
a
it is.
boomer. He's an old boomer. Hope says he's a maggot. Yeah. So yeah, no, they've been. There's been a lot of every U.S. military base in the Middle East is now destroyed. Um, there's Tel Aviv is looking a lot like Gaza now. There's serious just while Iran is and Hezbollah, so Lebanon is targeting military and so-called Israel infrastructure stuff. The US and so-called Israel are targeting civilian stuff. They're operating terrorist. Sorry, Simi. They're operating as war crimes, terrorist stuff, and Iran are doing strategic. Taking out the infrastructure because their end goal is to have the US out of the Middle East. Gone. No
Yeah,
more. Stop meddling. No
they
more.
Yeah,
They're not going to.
but that's our greatest ally, right? That's
Yeah, it's crazy.
Israel is
But
our
then,
greatest ally, according to
so
like
Loops,
Howard Lutnick and all these pedophile Epstein people, Randy Fine, all these other pedophile people. Like, Israel's our greatest ally.
but
It's like
Loops, what do
so
you think?
comical.
What do you think then about the idea that it's been floated a little bit is that Israel doesn't really care if all the US bases, etc., are taken out, because then once the whole region is decimated, assuming, which is not going to happen, Iran is defeated, that then Israel will. I mean, that's what Bibi's saying, is it will be the superpower in the region, and they'll just scoop up on pennies on the dollar all of those base sites. Israel will and become the global superpower. What do you think about that,
ah
Loops? Do you think that's a
good.
plan?
Yeah. So does that not go back to the Greater Israel Project? What I
Absolutely.
mentioned earlier
Yeah,
before?
absolutely.
Good point.
So,
Good
So
point.
that's
but
exactly what they want. So they're trying to usher in like this heifer and usher in like a false Armageddon. I'm
Didn't
on
they
this,
already do
like,
those heifers though? I thought they did the
they
sacrifice
have to do
for the.
yeah,
three,
they need
isn't
that.
it, Loops?
They need it.
They've done one.
I
They
thought
had
they
them
did that
shipped
for the
over there.
third temple.
They did, yeah. They had them shipped over there secretly, covertly, from the US, from Texas, I
Yeah,
think.
but they didn't they sacrifice them already for the third temple? I thought they did that already.
Yeah, I think they've got to do 3 different events, but I might be
Oh
wrong
my
on that.
bad. Oh my god.
No,
One of them.
could
I
be
don't know.
wrong.
Look, I don't know. I'm not into that sacrificial shit. All I know is that one of them had one white fucking hair, and it was gone. I heard that it had one white hair, and they were like, "Nope, not today, not
No
happening."
good.
It
Purity is
was
very important to these people. They like to inbreed and make sure everything is genetically very
the
distinct.
cow was haram. They said, "Nope, the cow is haram. Got to get out." No, sorry, that's just the cow was haram.
So,
That's not a Jewish word.
Pierre, I think you're right with the energy in the world. I think that maybe that's why a lot of people they don't know what they can feel, but they can feel it, so they're shutting down away from it. I think. What do you think about that?
I don't know. In a weird way, I think it's kind of exciting because it it sounds kind of catastrophic, but it's also like invigorating in a way. Like we may see some kind of goodness out of mankind yet. It's been really discouraging. I mean, I'm 45. I'm gonna turn 45, and it amazes me how much of my life there's been war and destruction and school shootings, and it's just been like that forever. So I guess I would hope that it's sort of a renewal, but I think things are happening that people are just so unaware of. I mean, we have such a our world's existed a lot longer than written history. I mean, even then what they claim is like pre-written history. I mean, I think there's an entire ancient society that even like the academics suppress, and there's a lot of like ancient knowledge that we're just it's either suppressed or we're just too scared to look into. And I'm excited for that. I think there's a lot of like really interesting things on the horizon. So if I survive till then, I mean, maybe I should quit smoking, but like it would be
No.
exciting, right? Well, that's going to be my
Yeah.
downfall, but I mean, it's like it's exciting. I mean, there's so many things. Also, I mean, this sounds really conspiratorial, but I think we have like, energy type weapons, and instead of using them to like enlighten ourselves and I don't know, maybe communicate with other beings in the universe, we're just using them to blow people up, and that really hurts my heart, you know what I mean? But that's just me.
Yeah, powerful forces being used for evil rather than good is
Exactly. Yeah,
disenfranchising for sure. And even just in terms of energy and directed energy weapons and stuff, back to that Tartaria thing, all the spires that used to pull energy from the ether and then convert it into electricity, that was all wiped out. Like, so much that these capitalist ghouls, these psychopathic sort of demons, the Jewish supremacists and their ilk, have just beautiful things that could provide beauty in terms of lifestyle and prosperity to humankind, with they shut right down for their own hegemonic sort of desires, and it's terrible.
yeah. And imagine how
Yep.
much more time you have in your life to explore, all kinds of things if you weren't slaving to pay the electric bill or whatever. I mean, just things that
Yep.
basic. Yeah, it keeps us enslaved for sure. So,
Yep.
you know, I guess that my whole point is just I hope it could be a hopeful time, like not such a negative thing. It's gonna be negative, we know that. But
Yeah, I agree.
I
I
don't know.
think it's an
I keep telling
exhilarating.
myself.
Yes, it's exhilarating, but confronting, overwhelming, but exciting, sort of terrifying time to be alive. Like I sort of uh, that sort of disconnect for me, that dichotomy of this is amazing, like this is a kind of a pretty inspiring time to be alive, but also holy fucking shit. Like it's a duality that's sort of, I can understand why a lot of people are like, nah, way too much. Way too
Yeah.
much.
So Miss Shorty, would you
Yeah.
consider this a net negative?
Um
No,
Yeah.
I asked Miss Shorty. I asked Miss Shorty a specific question. All right. This is a net negative, yes or no. Simple question, and that's everyone in the panel. But Miss Shorty first, because she's the host. She's the hostess with the mostest, and she's so awesome. I love you. I love you,
Thank
Shorty.
you. I love you too, Loops. I don't know if can I be like all Jewish and evade the question. No. I can't call it. I don't know. I have hope that it's a synergistical situation that's going to that the universe is going to resolve, and so it'll be a net positive. But maybe I'm just overly optimistic. I don't know. I want to have hope.
Oh fuck! I love you.
But I'm a realist.
I fucking love you, Miss Shorty.
Thank you. I'm a realist too, so I don't know. But like I said before, I do think that humanity and Mother Nature and the universe keeps us safe with great resets along the way, and we're absolutely in a great reset at the moment. And I think that big, tumultuous, epic things are happening and will continue to happen. And I have hope that, and I have faith in the universe and planet Earth and the higher powers that they will make sure that all is well eventually. I don't know when though. Could be, it's like the history's a very long time. We could be in it for, generations. Pierre, what do you think?
I mean, I just think essentially I'm going to recap what I said, but like change can be slow, but I do think things they re-regulate themselves. Just if you look at nature anywhere, and I saw that comment, and 90 years is a long time, but in the span of history, it's a blink of the eye, so
Yes.
So we may not live to see it or whatever, but like it definitely is, there's hope, but it may be kind of down the line. I don't know. I just keep telling myself that I just have to keep putting positive things into what I can control, because there's so many things I can't control. I'm just sick of being lied to. That's the thing that really, really pisses me off. And I'm pretty
100.
Yeah, that's the thing that really just, I mean, of all the things, it's like, people make mistakes and shit happens, and like we try and try again. But just the idea of being duped really gets me, and injustice. That's another thing that just really gets me. So that's kind of like, that's the negative part. But I do try to keep on the path of, just one foot in front of the other. I don't know. I already live in the woods, but I might go further into the woods and just, I mean, I
guess can I
just
just
Can I touch on one thing? And
Yes.
I'm gonna bring some Aussie wisdom to Americana, if you guys will allow me. And we'll go and we'll look at the good brother. Miss Shorty, I know you know Jared Wright, the Big Les Show, straight Aussie genius. So do good things, and good things will happen to you. Like, Jared Wright is such an amazing, awesome individual. He's not left, he's not right. He's just for common sense. So if you guys get a chance, look at Jared Wright, look at Big Les Show, and kind of center yourself around these things that he teaches. And his little, what is it, microscopic paint. So I say microscopic because if you understand the Aussie terminology, it's microscopic.
Rita,
I fucking love
hey
that
Rita,
show.
Rita,
You
I want
don't
to
want
throw
it.
to you your
Yeah.
negative reflection, but one more thing that I want to add to mine and that sort of tacks onto Pierre is that I think that humans are energy, right? The world is energy. Everything is energy. So if we can hold out hope and keep plodding along, we as individuals, every one of us, and not get black pilled, not get drawn into the apparent hopelessness of it all, then I think that that energy can continue to sort of electrify humanity. That's all. But Rita, what are your thoughts on the net negative of it all?
Oh my God. Well, I work off evidence, as we all know. Well, as Miss Shorty knows. Um, I don't know. I tend to be an optimist, but I've seen a lot of shit. I see a lot of shit every day. I don't know. I just wish that everybody would just keep to their own shit. Um, I don't know. I'm just very angry, to be honest. I think that for me it's negative in a sense because people are dying and when they shouldn't on each side. And I just don't like unnecessary death. And I don't like when Trump says that people have to die in wars
Ugh.
when there shouldn't have to be a war.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah,
don't like
a
it.
manufactured war.
okay. So can we call this entropy? Like the degradation of energy, like entropy.
Yeah, and then it
Yep.
turns over into yeah. I
Yep.
mean, it's
So
a cycle.
it's not about us. It's not about we the people. It's about the entropy of our governing people who have degraded over time and did not actually do the will of the people. And so, as we, the people in America, if you're an American, we have a constitution and we have a right to, when you have a tyrannical government, we have a right to speak out against it. And so
Oh
that's
yeah.
like that's why I love Matty Wack on X and Mike Honcho, and there's a whole ton of other people just absolutely going in.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with you guys. I'm so sorry. If you guys feel like I'm having a go at you, please don't feel like that. I'm talking about Trump and the higher people.
Mm.
I am
Oh
so
yeah.
sorry if I'm coming off against you guys. It's got nothing.
No.
I'm
You
so
are
sorry.
us. You are
No.
us, sister
You are
girl.
us. Yeah,
No,
you
you
guys are.
are us.
We are
We
all
are
the
all
same.
together. We're
Yes,
okay.
yes, of
Are
course.
you
Yes.
human? Are you a human?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
So
Yeah,
we're all
as long as we're on the
together.
same page. Yes. I'm just talking about I just don't want it to come off like that. Oh my God,
And
I would
also
die.
Loops is hard to offend. Loops is
Yeah,
pretty
no,
resilient.
I'm
He's
hard
hard
to
to
offend
offend.
as well. That's the thing. I am hard. You can call me anything. I would look if you see my DMs, you would understand. I mean, geez, and my responses are just classic. But yeah, I just the unnecessary deaths, like those little girls, like it just yeah. So for me, it's negative in a sense, but the outcome possibly, I don't know. It may teach people lessons. That's their lessons. That's their journey to go through. Um, the
It does
end.
feel a little bit like a shedding of I don't know, like the wheat from the chaff. I think that was you, Loops, that said that we used that phrase before. Maybe it was you. Anyway, I
It
use
was
that quite a lot.
yep.
Yeah. Any of these sort of pivotal moments that seem to be happening with greater and greater frequency uh, on our screens, in our consciousness, the way the people that we associate with or are surrounded by, the way they respond to each of these has been very helpful for me to sort out the wheat from the chaff, to realize who I align with and what what convictions I stand on very firmly if there was
Yeah.
ambiguity before. So from an individual point of view, while it's been frustrating and disappointing and angering at times to have interactions with people who I thought I aligned with, only to discover, who the fuck are you? Like, what did I ever,
Yeah.
what? And so I think
Yeah.
these are monumental times, actually, don't you reckon? Like you're like,
I
okay,
agree.
so we were friendly, but we are not the same. So
Yes.
You
that
mean
I've
like
appreciated that.
so you mean like not a name drop on your space or on
It's
your
an eye
YouTube
opener.
channel? Like you mean not to say truth teller is disingenuous.
Mm.
No,
No, it's
yeah,
an eye opener.
even like on that sort of influencer level, yes. Although, yeah, but also on a personal level, I've lost friends, very good friends, in the last 6 months who I've stood on my business, they've stood on their business. Our businesses are not the same. And that's okay.
Yep.
It's disappointing. It's sad, but that's the seasons of life, isn't it? Like some people are in your life for a period of time, and not necessarily everyone is there for the long time, and there's mutual benefits for those friendships and those relationships, synergistical kind of good stuff, but then the paths diverge. It's just that at this time the things that are diverging my path from some people are things I'm like, you're a fucking monster.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
You're an absolute
And
fucking
then
dumb cunt. Like, I can't believe you are so stupid. Not truth teller, but I can't believe certain people that I thought were really smart with intellectual curiosity and morals and scruples and a heart are like just dumb idiots that happily just want to be propagandized and exist in that. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
You do
They're
you.
valued.
I'm not into that.
Yep, and then what's more is like, not to talk throw shade or anything on that on other people, but you have Hoan in spaces with Truth
People won't
and
know who you're talking
Malcolm,
about. Yes.
and bringing in Myron Gaines and just slandering women. Like, that's absolutely unacceptable. Like, I don't even
Misogyny is a
know.
hard stop for me. Misogyny is there's a line in the sand that goes right down to China. You know what I mean? Like, for me,
Yep.
like, we are all humans. I'm not big on any supremacy. So male supremacy, religious supremacy, Jewish supremacy, like social status stuff. To me, we are all equal. We are all different, but we are all humans. I'm a humanitarian. So anytime anybody tries or that mask slips and the true colors show, whether it's a willful ignorance or a feeling of superiority over someone else just because they're a different skin color or a different sex, male or female, I'm not down for that. I'm not doing that. And you have to wonder about all the
I love
subversives.
my women. I love my women, dude. Like, it's all of you women. I love you. Like, you have a purpose. You have
Well, listen,
we all have a purpose. Men and
Yes,
women
Pierre,
together. Oh my
I
God.
agree. It's like it. They're a yin and the yang. We have both. You can't.
that's what I was,
We're
yeah.
Pierre. Continue. What were you
I
going to
was just
say?
gonna say that there's equal parts male and female, god and goddess, like yin yang, however you want to say it. And it's when one is disrespected, then the other, reacts in a certain way, and vice versa. And it's a imbalance of power, which if you're trying to have peacefulness or just really for any kind of I don't know, peace is really the best word, I guess, especially since what we're talking about. But that's it's so essential that people can find that within them, like to understand that about themselves. Because the most unhappy people I know don't understand sort of the other part of themselves. Like they're either overbearing, they don't understand the more vulnerable part, or vice versa, or they're extreme. It's just finding that balance, which I mean I'm constantly trying to do, but a lot of people are unaware completely, right? So It's
I
a good
think
thing
that's
to
a
do
lack
both
of
ways.
empathy, isn't it? Empathy is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see it from another perspective. So when all you see is your own perspective, zero empathy, then there's going to be either a deficit, so a narcissistic husk of a person, or a sort of someone who thinks they're better, so they don't think they've got a deficit, so like more like a malignant or a grandiose sort of narcissistic, or just a total douchebag. I think that it's Grace has said before, like people are showing their asses for lacking compassion and humanity and empathy, and they're not our kinds of people. And I think that you're finding that division is, I don't know what the odds are, what the ratio is, but it's disappointing.
I
And
don't
also
know,
you got to
but
think about the fact that this global Jewish supremacy, this plan, this whole big orchestration of an agenda that they're working towards, whether it be the Greater Israel Project and or One Government Agenda 2030, that whole thing, dominance. There's big dollars available for paying people to subvert, to come in and gain trust, like Trump, gain trust and then rug. Yes, Pierre?
yeah.
Go ahead.
But the reason that it rubs you the wrong way, like if you're a person that has a soul, which most people do, I think the reason that rubs you the wrong way is because it's counter to how we're supposed to operate as humans. Like we're just not, that's just not human nature. I mean, there's a kind of sacred harmonic that exists in every human, and people are not striking it. And I guess that's like that dis I don't know, discordant sound that you hear sort of psychically. I don't know, I do. Maybe
But
I'm
even
crazy, but that's what's been
no, I
going on lately.
But even Pierre, think about the fact that all music and stuff was 432 hertz, and they changed that in 1919. They, the Rothschilds, those demons, those
Exactly. Very
subhumans,
deliberate. Very
to
deliberate.
Yep.
discord in everything, so that nothing's
Yep.
harmonious. There's frequencies are all off. Again, that's all engineered to throw us off kilter, so we're not in touch with it and not grounded and in touch with the natural frequencies of harmony in the world. It's all so complex,
Yep. And
multifaceted.
Jimi Hendrix in America was the one who would not divert from that. He still
Yeah.
played
And he died.
the same hertz.
Yeah.
And that's why
Um,
Jimi Hendrix is dead.
mm.
Yeah.
Actually, on that, in terms of although we can be practicing mindfulness and gratitude and touching grass, to use that terrible fucking saying, but being grounded in reality. If you're struggling a little bit, if you just type in like sound bath or 432 hertz frequencies, they're on YouTube. There are ones there you can just put it on while you're having a shower, while you're asleep, and there's ones that are an hour, 4 hours, 12 hours, and you can bathe yourself in that sort of rejuvenative proper frequency to try and assist not being so discordant in life. And yeah, Pierre, go ahead.
This is the last thing I'll say, but did you know that they put like little microphones on plants and mushrooms like mycelium, and that's what they're resonating. So
Yep.
or go sit under a tree
Yep.
and like literally just put your hands in the soil. Because
And that's why
we're
church bells are
Yeah,
no, they got rid of all the church
don't get me
bells.
going on mushrooms, girl. I don't
oh,
even know who
I
you
can talk
are,
to for
but
hours
don't get
about
me going on
mushrooms.
mushrooms. girl,
Well,
I'm the mushroom
not the right
master.
kind. All right, okay.
So look, thank you so much, everybody. This has been an amazing conversation. I think we should
Yeah.
probably do it again regularly, right?
Yes, I'd love that.
Yes. I
That would be great.
yes, let's do it.
I want to follow the female who was talking about mushrooms. Just saying,
That's
FYI.
I'm not on
Pierre.
Yeah, I want to follow her, whoever she is. Like, I think
Pierre
I
is
love her.
I'm
amazing.
not really on anything, so.
Yeah. No, I'm
But
just
Piers,
I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling right now. I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now.
Listen,
I'm chilling.
I'd love to talk to you about mushrooms though. That would be really cool because most people say that and their eyes
Yeah.
glaze
So
over.
so 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 look, hit me up on X. My X is C Looper, CW Looper at
Pierre doesn't
CW
do
Looper.
socials. Here,
Yeah.
Lips. I will drop your X handle in the chat. Pierre doesn't, but Pierre's here most of the time in our chat when we have Camp Shorty. Wait, what am I doing? My brain loops. But I want to there's a few more things like Chad has said. Opal Gypsy said, and hi Opal again, I've been in the frequency rabbit hole for the last 2 months. There have been many positive physical and mental changes here for both me and my fur kids. It's really like the things that they've ripped out of our world that are beauty and harmony and light and love are almost countless. Like the frequency thing, and fluoride, get yourself a good reverse osmosis water filter, and
Oh
there's
yeah.
so many things
You know,
um
I find
and clean your pineal gland. That's the most important thing. You can do all the frequency
fasting.
work all you want, but clean your pineal gland. And that's my advice.
Yep.
which
Fasting's
one's that?
amazing. The pineal gland is your third eye, basically. That's what fluoride in the water. It's
Oh,
your ability to critical think, to imagine, to
yeah,
have good perception. And fluoride in the water is calcifies the pineal gland. That's why we have
yeah.
fluoride in the water. I
Oh, I've been, yeah, I haven't been
yeah.
drinking. What's interesting about the fluoride is when you look at the toothpaste, it says not for human consumption. So why
Yes.
would you be bloody drinking it? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
And all of this goes back to this grand master plan to have the masses be
dumb
dumbed
down.
down, to be
That's right, dumb
enslaved
down.
into debt, and yep,
Yeah,
conforming, asking no questions. And if your
yep,
pineal gland is calcified, then you literally don't have the capacity to
yep.
to to be aspiring to things that are materialistic and not spiritual, to
Absolutely.
be divisive, competitive, and to be suspicious and xenophobic of the other, and to
Hmm.
really pit the good folks, which the Muslims and the Christians and all the good folks are neither of us are the enemy, although it's marketed to us by
Oh,
those powers that be that we
so
are to
refreshing.
hate each other. Yep.
Oh, this
And
is so
it's
refreshing. Sorry. I could
no,
cry.
you're welcome.
I could bloody
Yeah.
cry because I've been trying to be. You know what, Misha? I'm so sorry. I got to say, I have been trying
No.
to fucking get this message out to everybody, and I'm so glad you're talking about this. I love you to death. I've been around
I
for. Well,
love
I've
you
been trying.
too.
It's been a year, already almost over a year. Yeah, and I just didn't know you were talking about this. Like, I've been in and out. I'll
I've
talk to you later about it. But like,
yeah,
I'm
no,
so happy that
I've
you're
been.
talking about this.
You know what? Thank you, Rita. I kind of when I took some time off at the end of towards the end of last year from streaming, about 5 weeks, just because I was burnt out
Yeah,
and really reassessing, because I didn't feel like I could continue on with the content we were making, given what my
yeah.
awakening process where I was. And
Yeah,
I've
Karen Reid
been
stuff, yeah?
gradually cracking open the door and learning more and more myself, filling my knowledge bank up, trying to get a better understanding
Yeah,
about religion, theology, geopolitics,
yeah,
history, lol, all of it. And I started cracking the door open with little bits and pieces, streams that I thought might be a good crossover between our sort of true crime and psychology content to
yeah,
this. Um,
yeah,
and it also and also I had to I there Ms. What the fuck, who I love dearly, we're still the best of friends, but she couldn't be in this arena with these conversations because of her work. Could not. So I couldn't do
yeah.
any of these conversations while she was part of the channel and my best friend, and she stepped away because of her health, and actually has has no socials anymore because she's too terrified of her role in with the US government federal role,
I didn't know
state.
this.
But yeah. So she was my producer and my on-screen buddy. And
Okay.
also it's quite like we were talking about before, talking about these things and the fear of being labeled an anti-Semite or a racist or a Holocaust denier or a conspiracy theorist. It takes a little while to extricate yourself and to give zero fucks. And I still have people coming to my comments saying shitty things that I'm sure are part of that flying monkey crew from before, but I don't give a fuck what they say, and I just hide. They're just being dickheads. But so it's taken me a little, and also I had to prime the shorties to, and I knew mostly everyone trusted me, and the people who weren't down for these conversations haven't come back, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I can't,
Yeah.
but this is all I think about, all I listen to, all I read about, all I
Yeah.
watch.
You're
Although
passionate.
I have
Yeah.
been watching, I am passionate because I'm a humanitarian, and I've
Yeah,
been
you
like
are.
horrified, and it's very
Yeah.
new to me that this, oh my fucking God, and I just want
No,
to
yeah.
raise the awareness and the consciousness
But
of our little pocket of the
but
internet.
that's you.
So
You've always been so passionate about things, and like
yes,
since I've known you, and you're so well educated about this, and I love it. Like I'm just so happy. I'm so happy.
thank you. You
Yeah.
know, it's funny, Rita, in the spaces that I listen, I would never have these conversations. I literally, my knowledge is like a grain of sand on a beach to what the people that I listen and learn from can articulate. But I feel now that I'm far enough along to speak some semblance of sense and be able to articulate it
Yeah.
as accurately as I can and coherently and cohesively as I can. But
Absolutely.
I've almost never actually put my voice into the X spaces that I spend all my time because
Yeah.
I'm all about 2 ears, 1 mouth. Let's listen, and then I come to you guys and try to,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I've
part
learned.
some of it.
I mean, I learned so well. I've enjoyed it so much, and I've learned a lot from you that I didn't know. You know, so thank you so much for. I'm
Thank
so happy.
you.
Like I have goosebumps right now. I miss you so much, and
Yay.
yeah,
Hey, yes. Make sure you look up the Bolshevik
I
revolution,
will.
Bolshevik Jews, 60 million Christians. Like it's never spoken about. Even if the Holocaust in World War II is real,
Yeah, no.
even if 6 million people, Jews, died in the Holocaust,
I'll be
cough.
back in. I'll be.
It's not. It's nowhere comparable to the demonic, murderous, genocidal shit that the Bolshevik Jews did to the Christians and the non-Jews in Russia and at
Yeah,
the
no,
hands
I'll
of
definitely look.
Stalin and the demons. So it's
Yeah,
that
no.
will break your brain, and then you'll be
Yeah,
far more
no.
receptive, I think, to maybe cracking open the door of the truth about what happened in Nazi Germany, and if Hitler
Absolutely.
was
Yeah,
even the bad guy, because
for
that's
sure.
even to say that like you have to be
Yeah,
pretty
no.
brave and pretty certain that to say I don't mind Hitler. I think he was all right. Mein Kampf is a great book. He's fucking amazing, but I think that's because all of his messaging has been subverted and flipped and smear campaigns. So anyway, but that's that. We'll do
Yeah.
this again, Pierre.
Yes,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much. Yeah, Pierre, you want to say?
All I was gonna say is that sometimes like two things can be true also. Like you get a
Yes,
totally one-sided view, from what you read in history, but then you realize there's actually a whole nother piece of it. And not everybody, I mean, who am I to judge?
I
But
think
like we don't get
that.
an
Besides,
yeah.
I think that what they say. There's the truth. There's one side, the other side,
The
and
other
then the
side.
truth is somewhere in the middle.
yeah,
So
3
yeah,
sides.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, 3 sides. That's so yeah. All right. So
Kind of a
next time
label.
we do this, no, go ahead, Pete. Go
Bye,
ahead.
you guys.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Bye.
I was
Thank you.
just gonna
Love you. Thank you for
Bye.
coming up. And Rita, thank you so much for coming up. Mwah.
Yep.
Love you all.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, why am I like that big? Holy shit. Hey, and Loop's dipped out too. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I got a lot out of that, just talking shit out organically. The autodidact. What does that mean? God, what does that mean? I love it. I'm researching that. What does autodidact mean? I don't know. I don't not know many words. I don't know that one. It's going on my list. An autodidactic. Wow. An autodidact. Can you see that? No, you can't, because wait, you can't see that at all. I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, and then wait, let me move. Let me move me. Put me over here. Camp Shorty ping pong. An autodidact is a self-taught individual who learns independently without formal instruction or teachers, often driven by intense curiosity and passion. Autodidacts actively seek information via books, the internet, and experimentation, making them highly adaptable and effective in fields like technology, arts, and science. Key characteristics. We'll have to put this on my title. Key characteristics and aspects of being an autodidact include self-motivation. Yes, I am internally motivated, not externally. A deep internal drive to learn rather than being forced by external requirements. Adaptability. The ability to learn quickly is considered a crucial skill in fast-evolving fields like computer science. Oh, no, maybe not that component. Methods. Common learning methods include reading extensively. Yes. Oh, my God. I can't wait to get into the Quran, by the way, sidebar. Using online courses, observing and learning via trial and error. Yes. Oh, famous autodidacts include Leonardo da Vinci, Charles Darwin, Benjamin Franklin, and modern tech leaders like Bill Gates. We are not the same Bill Gates, you fucking demon. Autodidactism is defined by its proactive nature, learning for the sake of understanding rather than certification, which can lead to profound interdisciplinary knowledge. Well, Britt, thank you for giving me a new word and such a beautiful compliment. Oh my God, that's me too. I think that's a lot of us. We're all very curious here. We'll do this again. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow night, but I might. Maybe I will. I'm all set up here. Maybe we should. Maybe we'll do another Tartaria thing because shit, and I've got that many resources to show you. Thank you so much to Rita, to Peer, and to Loops. I'll say it again. If you're not on Twitter, you really should be. And ask me and I'll point you in the right direction for some accounts to follow. Hope says sweet dreams. Good day or good night. Chat. It's 1:47 here. I'm going to go and do some stuff. You know what? Let's stream tomorrow. I've got plenty of time to do stuff now. It was wonderful. Thank you. I'll have to set it. Discord's a bit quiet these days. I'm just in there info dumping in a few particular drawers, but that's okay. Loved it. I think it was good for all of us just to talk shit out. I knew it would be. The world might be on fire, but you know what comes from? Yes, okay. Yeah, you twisted my arm. We'll definitely stream. I promise. We'll do something. So I love you all so much. The world is on fire, but you know, regeneration comes from fire. Like a shedding, a cathartic reset. And we have each other. So we've got this, right? Be kind to yourself. Touch some grass. Be kind to one another. Continue to practice your empathy and don't get too mad with people out there. Everyone's doing their best, aren't they? Everyone is doing their best. Some people just don't have the capacity to meet you at your level, and that's okay too. Some seeds need the smoke to germinate. I love you. Simi, I hope your mum's okay. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Chat is bae.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone a bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is bae, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and all narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster